we're ready to roll from this fantastic venue, Gainbridge Fieldhouse in the downtown area. First things first, the postseason is indeed here, and for both the Gophers and Wildcats to get to the big dance, the NCAA tournament, they will need to win this entire Big Ten tournament, and no way either can do that without winning first here today. And after that, the winner today takes on the Wisconsin Badgers tomorrow to put their chances to the test again. The loser will wait to see if either of the secondary postseason tournaments will want to invite them to their show. So there are things at stake here. The Gophers sitting at 15-16 on the year. They could definitely benefit from a strong showing this week in Indy. The Wildcats are 16-15. They too could use a strong showing. Both teams in the regular season finished 7-13. Northwestern won the lone regular season matchup. That was just more than 2 weeks ago at Williams Arena. That final was 75-63. This is the 9th time these two teams will play against each other in the Big Ten tournament. That's the most common opponent for each in this long-time event. Minnesota holds the series lead in the tournament 6-2. Minnesota this year, the 12 seed. Northwestern, the 13 seed. So buckle in. We're ready to go. March Madness is here. Coming up on the Minnesota Soybean Golden Gopher pregame show, we'll get the Minnesota scouting report from head coach Ben Johnson. We'll get the Wildcat scouting report from Northwestern head coach Chris Collins. We'll take a look at the Big Ten tournament bracket and more. It's Wednesday afternoon college basketball, and we're thrilled you're with us here on the Gopher Radio Network. In a city known for speed, we're racing into the first game of this Big Ten tournament. Minnesota and Northwestern set to tip off. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Ben Johnson. He appears courtesy of Western National Insurance. At Western National Insurance, nice is a little word that does big things for everyone. Ask your independent agent today for Western National and experience the power of nice. Tip-off 30 minutes away. Don't you go away. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show. It's the start of the Big Ten tournament. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, Minnesota, and Northwestern. Time now to hear from head coach Ben Johnson, sponsored by Western National Insurance. And, Coach, we talked about it a little bit this week on your coach's show. It's kind of fresh life. Everyone gets a new start, and everyone has a wide range of possibilities now in their future. And can you sense that with your team as well, that they're pretty excited about this opportunity?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you got to take care of the task at hand and not look too far ahead, but worry about today's game versus a good Northwestern team, and within the game, it's worrying about just those 4-minute segments, whether you're up, whether you're down, but handling those 4-minute segments, handling each half. And for us, putting a full 40 minutes together is key in order to survive and advance.
And explain, too, a little bit about those 4-minute segments, how you handle that, what the message to the team is throughout a typical game on that part of it.
Yeah, so, each half, we go from 20 to 16, 16 to 12, 12 to 8, 8 to 4, 4 to 0. Those 4-minute segments, there's a lot of stuff we talk about defensive that we're trying to get done as far as goals. And then offensively, there could be a theme. So we could see something early about actions we want to go to. Well, in those 4 minutes, let's try to theme that up. Could be something in transition that we want to make sure we get to. Could be our flow game, certain reads that we want to try to make in those 4 minutes. But the point is to just not worry about the score, but worry about playing as hard as you can in those 4 and just emphasizing the 1 or 2 details that we want to get done. And when we do that, and it helps our guys stay locked in, when we do that, it's probably when we're at our best.
When you are at your best as well offensively, obviously it's always helpful when the ball goes through the basket. You want to see shots fall. What is the key toward that? I know ball movement has been one of the themes for you over the course of the year.
Yeah, that's the key, is making sure it gets to multiple sides, making sure, when it gets swung to you, it doesn't stick, that we're making quick decisions. In this game, can we play through our 5 when he's up the floor and try to get their big to play in space? That's a big one. But then also we've been really good lately about just driving the ball and getting to the paint, getting to the rim, not settling for jump shots, but being aggressive and play on the attack. So, they're a good, strong defensive help team, but we still got to be able to force the issue and drive the ball, attack the elbows, attack the paint.
Before we get into the specifics of this game, the honor team was announced yesterday. Dawson Garcia named second team All Big Ten, and so many good players now in an 18-team league. You think about that, 3 teams are announced, first, second, third team, just 15 guys. It's less than a guy a team, so pretty good feather in his cap.
No, it really is. I think this team, or this league, top to bottom, has been really, really strong. And the 4 programs that we added have really talented players. So for him to be honored, on one of the teams, especially the second team, is kudos to him and the hard work and the season that he's had, because they don't hand these awards out. You got to earn them, and he's definitely done that.
In tournament play now, too, how important is it? We talked about, I think, a couple of times that you can have some fun and do some cool things when role players are doing some things maybe they haven't done or they're stepping up. On the flip side of that, how important is it to have those big knockers do the knocking, too? Like Dawson, if you're going to make a run, is probably going to have a good stretch of games here, I would think.
Yeah, your good players got to play well. That's the bottom line there, and the supporting cast has got to support, and there will be different guys that step up and elevate their play. Now the question is, can we get multiple? Instead of just maybe having 1 or 2, can we get multiple guys? Can we have a game where, defensively all guys are bringing it, and offensively we got multiple guys that aren't turning it over, and you got multiple guys that are, adding scoring, adding that offensive punch. And whether it's off the bench, whether starters, that really doesn't matter. But everybody's got to carry their weight and more. If you want to make a run, and I know these guys do. So it's just, this time of year, it's like the playoffs. You got to elevate your play.
You've got a fairly deep roster, and different guys over the course of the year have had stretches of really good play. Rigsby, of course, is on a pretty good heater right now. Frank Mitchell's averaging 10 points and 10 rebounds in his last 3 games, and I suppose those are 2 of the candidates that can be helpful if you do want to do some important things.
Yeah, they have been. I thought the last 20 minutes, Femi was playing the way Femi plays. And so, his numbers don't always translate to maybe points, but just his mentality, playing downhill, doing a little bit of everything defensively, rebounding, assists, driving it. That's his kind of way of being a supporting cast member. But yeah, guys that are playing well, you got to continue to play well. And the guys that have been kind of up and down. It's like, can you find your footing? Can you find a way to help impact winning?
You mentioned Femi. I thought that part of that second half, when Rutgers kind of went through a little bit of a shooting drought, that he was the key to the whole thing. He can take control of a game on that end of the floor.
No, I thought he did a really good job defensively. And that's what we need. That's what we harped on with him at halftime, is you've got to do what you do. And when he is that kind of head of the snake defensively, and he's dialed in, communicating, playing his sound defense, just kind of creating havoc, setting the tone. Everybody else feeds off that.
More with Ben Johnson. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This season, Minnesota soybean farmers are defending against harmful PFAS chemicals by investing soy checkoff dollars into soy foam, a bio-based fire suppressant made with soy flour and zero PFAS chemicals or forever chemicals. We can't lose when farmers are protecting the environment and fire responders while also growing demand for soy. Learn how the soy checkoff protects Minnesotans' own court and scores buckets for the economy by visiting mnsoybean.org.
You want the best for your child. So does M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital. As the Twin Cities' longest-running, top-ranked children's hospital, many of the world's leading medical experts just happen to come with the most caring hearts. This combination of compassion and expertise is why Masonic Children's Hospital was once again recognized as the Twin Cities' top-ranked children's hospital by U.S. News and World Report. World-class, kid-focused care is available for all. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services with 18 Twin Cities locations. Washburn-McCreevy is celebrating more than 165 years of serving Minnesota. When the time comes to remember a loved one and to celebrate life, let Washburn-McCreevy guide you. Go to washburnmccreevy.com to find out more. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
More with Golden Gopher head coach Ben Johnson on the Minnesota Soybean Pregame Show. Ben Johnson is sponsored by Western National Insurance. It's the Big Ten tournament and the Northwestern Wildcats. It's kind of like old school play now in terms of Big Ten, because now you've seen these guys for a second time. That hadn't happened much with this new 18-team format. So you saw them a little more than 2 weeks ago at your place. What can you take from that game that might prove helpful in today's affair?
Yeah, I thought, we were not at our best. We got off to a bad start, got into a hole early, which is part of the problem. Got on our heels for whatever reason early, and just that kind of carried its way throughout the whole game. We were never able to recapture any sense of force. And against this team, you can't play like that. You got to fight force with force. You got to apply the pressure. And so that'll be the challenge, is that, getting off to a good start in terms of our mentality and our toughness and our physical play, so that we can set the tone and not vice versa.
Stylistically, obviously, they're not going to change much in terms of what Northwestern has done, but they've become a little bit of a different ball club in the last 8 or so games because of injuries. So how much different are they than maybe they were earlier in the year, and what are you guys keeping an eye on today?
I think the biggest difference is, everybody now really knows who they got to play through. So Martinelli and Barry are going to get the brunt of the work. Everybody else has bought into that, and then their supporting cast does a good job of supporting. And some games it could be different guys. Some games it could be playing through the post and the pick and roll. Some games it could be guys making some outside shots, or he's getting in transition. But I think they're really role-based right now, and everybody's comfortable in knowing that we're going to play through Martinelli and through Barry, and then whoever else steps up, we're going to ride you a little bit. But I think their defense has been a key. They're a little bit tougher. They're a little bit more dialed in. They're a little bit more team-oriented. We've got to do a great job of making sure we loosen up their defenses in different ways.
Yeah, what maybe might be some of those ways that you can get the ball in the basket against those guys on a consistent basis?
I think, again, quick decisions is key. You can't hold it, because the minute you hold it, they go right back into their set defense and they get right back into their help side. So you got to make quick decisions. You got to swing it. You got to try to drive closeouts and create a 2-on-1. You got to be able to set screens to get a 2-on-1. If we get a defensive rebound, can we play in transition and blow it up the floor to try to get something early or get their defense moving early? All those things are important.
Martinelli, we've talked about him a couple of times. He's got just this unique style, as unique as I can remember, really, quite honestly. He's kind of herky-jerky, and he seems to bend at weird spots, and the next thing you know, the ball's up off the backboard in a weird angle, and it goes in. I mean, it's a pretty challenging situation to try to contain him, I would think.
Yeah, he definitely has a unorthodox game, and he's already a lefty, so it's already some different things that happen with lefties. But his ability to just have touch around the rim is really good. He can find his space and just kind of throw it at the rim, and it finds ways to go in. And so you can't get frustrated with it. He's going to make weird shots. He's going to make tough shots. He's going to take a lot of shots. I think that's the other thing. There's going to be a high volume. We just need a game where he's 4 for 18, 5 for 19, 6 for 20. You're not going to shut him down. And again, it's going to be really hard to prevent the attempts just because of how they play, and they need him to get those up. But it's being able to defend without fouling, make him play the crowd, and then make him take volumes to get points.
I'm sure it's a team defensive effort, but will one guy really have the assignment when he's on the floor?
Dawson will start on him, but we'll do some things with switching and, give Femi a couple turns at it just to kind of mix up, what he's seeing and what he's looking at.
Are you enjoying the fact you're the first game? Do you want to just get it going, ready to roll, or would you rather have had a game start and let your guys just kind of let things play out?
The nice thing about being the first game is you're not waiting around all day. We've had kind of these early afternoon games before, so you're able to get to the gym. You're able to get a little bit longer warm-up time, so that's kind of a normal warm-up setup as you would with any other game. But to be able to get it and not have to wait all day at a hotel is a good thing.
All right, well, let's do it. We're here and we're ready to go.
Sounds good.
All right, there he is, the head coach of the Golden Gophers, Ben Johnson, sponsored by Western National Insurance. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is exciting, so here to tell you all about it is me. And to make it more exciting, I'll be using my movie trailer voice.
In a world where we all crave more play in our day, one woman's journey leads her to the convenience store. Coming this year, scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. And you're gonna wanna play because anything can happen when you say, I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
A true teammate takes on every day with the winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day, but they are more than your typical athlete. They are kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact is supported by your local Toyota dealers.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Gopher fans, the 15th annual Goldies Run presented by Abbott is happening on Sunday, April 6th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Each year for the past 14 years, participants have run, walked, and enjoyed the very best in springtime running in the Twin Cities, including a memorable finish on the 50-yard line of Huntington Bank Stadium. New this year, in addition to a 5K, a 10-mile, and a kids run, is a 10K run. Truly something for everyone. Go to goldiesrun.com for information and to register. This is the event people come back for every spring. Goldies Run presented by Abbott. See you at the start line.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show. It's the first round of the Big Ten Championship Tournament, and it's Minnesota and Northwestern. Time for the Wildcats Scouting Report. Chris Collins is with us. And, Coach, we just saw you a couple of weeks ago, and we were lamenting that we only got to see each other once all season with the new format, but here we are. It's like old times.
Yeah, not so sure. I'm happy to see you guys the way the Gophers are playing these last couple of weeks, but just happy to be here. You know, you and I were talking off air just how hard it is just to qualify for this event, and proud of my team to hang in there. We were able to win 4 of our last 8 games or whatever it was to kind of make the field and have an opportunity to compete, and excited to go ahead against a team I feel are very similar, very similarly constructed teams, that hardworking, tough, gritty teams, and I know it's going to be a tough battle.
When you guys had the adversity hit with the 2 starters going down at relatively close proximity to each other, what was the key to galvanizing, and how proud are you of how your team did respond to that?
Yeah, super proud. I think the main thing in the galvanizing was just the older players. We have a core group of 3 guys, and Ty Berry, Matt Nicholson, and Nick Martinelli, that have been a part of 2 consecutive NCAA tournament teams that have won games in the NCAA tournament. So there's a lot of pride with those guys, and they just wanted to keep fighting. A lot of teams probably would have said, hey, it isn't our year. Injuries, tough call, whatever it may be, better luck next year. And our guys, our older guys, just refused to have that narrative. They continued to battle. They found a way to win some games, and here we are.
And now you've got a chance. So what's the message to the Wildcats from the head coach?
Battle. Just keep, don't stray from the script. We're here because we've competed, we've fought hard. We've been kind of a gritty, tough bunch. It doesn't always look pretty, but we got to continue to do the things that make us successful, and also to play free and easy with confidence. Now the slate is clean. You're in a tournament setting. The records don't matter anymore. It's about coming here and trying to live to see another day.
And you mentioned Minnesota. You saw them a couple of weeks ago up in Minneapolis. Really controlled that game from really the 10-0 start on. What do you see from them? Obviously, not much has probably changed. And what's the approach today?
Well, I think you got 3 guys, in my opinion, since our game, who've really upped their level. Talking about Frank Mitchell, Rigsby, and Isaac Azuma. Those 3 guys off the bench. Yeah. Look at their minutes, their numbers, their production since our game. It's really added a lift to this team, because what Dawson's going to do. I mean, he's one of the very best in this league, and he does it every night. But now when you're getting complimentary, whether it's Patterson, and you always have the Mike Mitchell who can throw in shots. And so this becomes a more dangerous team, and especially with the emergence of those guys, and they play really hard, and you can tell they're a together unit. And like I said, I feel like both teams are very similar. Martinelli and Garcia kind of are the key cogs to both teams, and then the complementary guys on a given night, can they get enough production to give us a chance to win?
What will be some pillars today that you guys will have to benchmark to move on?
Well, I think the toughness stuff is always for us. Rebounding, the 50-50 balls, the defense. Right now, because of the production we've lost, we can't win games in the 80s. We got to keep the possessions down. It's got to be a grittier, kind of grind it out, tougher-minded game, and hopefully give ourselves a chance down the stretch to win it late. So that's kind of our motto right now, and those are the things, if we're going to win a game against a team of this caliber, we're going to have to do those at a high level.
Always great to chat with you. Thanks so much. Good to see you here.
All right, thank you.
All right, there he is, Chris Collins, the head coach of Northwestern. That's the Wildcats Scouting Report, and this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
You want the best for your child. So does M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital. As the Twin Cities' longest-running, top-ranked children's hospital, many of the world's leading medical experts just happen to come with the most caring hearts. This combination of compassion and expertise is why Masonic Children's Hospital was once again recognized as the Twin Cities' top-ranked children's hospital by U.S. News and World Report. World-class, kid-focused care is available for all. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Welcome back. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, the first game of the 2025 Big Ten Tournament. Minnesota at 15 and 16, the 12 seed taking on the 13 seed Northwestern Wildcats at 16 and 15. The Big Ten report looks this way. This is the first of a triple header here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Coming up after this one, it'll be 15 seed Iowa taking on number 10 Ohio State, and then the nightcap of the night, 14 seed USC taking on 11 seed Rutgers. The winner of Minnesota and Wisconsin will play, the winner of Minnesota and Northwestern will play Wisconsin tomorrow. The winner of Iowa, Ohio State will play Illinois tomorrow. The winner of USC and Rutgers will play Purdue tomorrow. And then in the first game of the day tomorrow, it's the 8-9 game, Oregon and Indiana. We'll have the starting lineups when we come back. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Affinity Plus rewards you for all your banking. New puppy owners can earn points for chew toys, plus points for new shoes, plus points for puppy class. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Visit affinityplus.org/GoGophers to learn more and become a member today. That's affinityplus.org/GoGophers. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCAA.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential Every Day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
This has been the Minnesota Soybean Pregame Show on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield. Now, turn it up. It's game time.
Wide open three in the air. In there, he got it. Lobs it up and a dunk by Fox. What a beautiful play.
Gopher basketball is brought to you by Minnesota Lottery. Are you ready to play? I'm in Minnesota Lottery. Oh! Now, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
We're just about ready to go here. It's time for the starting lineups. The starting lineup sponsored by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. Gophers will go with their usual group. Mike Mitchell, Femi Odekali, Lakai Patterson will be your guard court. The front court will be Dawson Garcia and Parker Fox. Northwestern comes in 16 and 15 overall. They'll go with Ty Berry, Jordan Clayton, and Justin Mullins at the guards. Nick Martinelli, one of the top scorers in the conference, the forward, and the 7-footer Matthew Nicholson will be the man down in the middle. The officials today, a veteran crew, Larry Scarato, Tim Comer, and Michael Reed. Ben Johnson in year 4 in Minneapolis with the Golden Gophers, his alma mater, 56-70. And Chris Collins now 12 years with Northwestern, 193 and 189. He's been to the last 2 NCAA tournaments to make it 3 in a row, which would be for the first time in school history because Collins is the only guy, the only coach to ever take Northwestern to the tournament. He did it in 2017 and then did it again in 23 and 24. So if he wants to reset or reestablish his own school record, he will need to run the table here. If the Gophers want to make the dance, they will need to run the table here in Indy as well. Minnesota wearing their gold uniforms. They have worn those both on the road and at home. Neutral sites as well. This is a neutral site. It'll be gold with white and maroon trim. And for Northwestern, they'll wear their road purples with the white trim. If you're just tuning in, we want to remind you, Al Nolan not with us on the broadcast this week. Al lost someone close in his family, had a family member die, and we pass along our deepest sympathies and our condolences to Al. We're thinking about him, and we will march on here in Indianapolis and hope the Gophers can keep things alive. All right, so it's Garcia, Odekale, Patterson, Mike Mitchell, and Parker Fox for the Golden Gophers. Larry Scarato will tip it up. Not a big crowd. Wednesdays at these opening tournaments usually don't draw, although I will say it's a little bigger than I thought it might be. Not as big as last year in Minneapolis, I would say, but part of that was because the Gophers were playing in their home city. But across from us, we're stationed beautifully right here courtside. Good view of everything. Opposite the Gopher bench. Behind the Gopher bench, quite a few maroon and gold-clad fans. And behind the Northwestern bench, as you would guess, quite a few purple-clad fans. Nicholson and Garcia, and we are underway. And the tap is controlled by the Wildcats. They will work it left to right as we look at it here on the court. And it's Barry giving to Mullins on the right wing, deeper right wing to Clayton. Top of the key to the big man Nicholson, and a handoff on a little cut to Clayton, staying outside the three-point stripe as the Gophers trying to make sure Martinelli's not a big factor. Here's Nicholson with 12 to shoot. Fires out front for Barry, driving in, leans in, air ball to 4-footer. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock doesn't reset, but the hot potato comes to Martinelli, and the leading scorer on the floor has the first pickle out of the jar, and the Wildcats lead it 2-0 on a second chance point. Patterson with it into the offensive end for the Gophers, wearing their golds, as I mentioned. It's Fox with it on the right. Skip pass left to Odekale. Lobby now in the mid-post for Garcia. Baseline left. Back to the basket. Angles his way with a pass now to Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell gives to Lakai. And Patterson with 6 to shoot. Driving toward the paint. Back to the basket. Stays with it with 3. With 2. Fires to Fox down low. Layup good. Nice feed by Patterson. And good patience with 1 on the shot clock. It's put up and good from right underneath, and we're a minute in, tied at 2. Parker Fox has matched his totals from Rutgers, Wisconsin, Nebraska. Here's a lob down low and a dunk by Nicholson just over the outstretched hands of Fox, who tried to deflect the pass. And Northwestern's back up by 1 with 18:40 to go in this opening half. We're at Gamebridge Fieldhouse here. This has gone through a few name changes. Beautiful facility. Over 20 years old now. Here's a drive by Fox. Spinning, pivots, kick out Patterson. Now to Mike Mitchell in the right corner. Mike Mitchell needs to break out of his shooting slump. Just 1 for his last 17 overall. Here is Garcia. Long 2 in the air and good. No, they give it a 3. It's a 3 for Garcia, left corner. And Minnesota's out front by 1, 5-4. That's good to see Garcia early with a bucket from 3. He started the Wisconsin game with a 3. He's averaging 19 points a game. Nicholson gives to Clayton out front. They hedge on a little ball handoff, and now to Martinelli. Garcia has that assignment, and Martinelli gives up the ball right away to Clayton at the right slot, and now they give it back to Martinelli. They have a little switch, and now it's Patterson trying to guard Martinelli. 16-footer, boy, off balance, and he got it to go. Boy, he is some kind of unorthodox, and he just keeps getting it done. 6-5, Northwestern the lead. We are 2.5 minutes into this game. We anticipate a bit of a low-scoring game. Neither team wants to get into a horse race here. And here away from the ball, Fox runs into Barry, and Fox gets called for the foul. So offensive away from the ball. We get a replay here. No, we're gonna get the replay of Martinelli's kind of awkward, off-balance, leaning fadeaway shot. Fox doesn't understand what the foul was, and Ben Johnson's asking the official Tim Comer, and he was not the guy that made the call. Scarato made the call. So Northwestern with the lead in the ball. Nicholson out front. Gives left side to Clayton. Pass down on the block, and a foul called, a hold on Femi Odekele, his first, team second. Inbound with a fresh 20. Clayton will pull the trigger. Northwestern with 2 starters out now for the last 9+ games. Inbound to Barry. One hand pass to Nicholson out front. Nicholson, one dribble, needs somebody, finds a cutting Clayton, and a wide open layup. Good action there on the inbound, and Clayton's got his first bucket, and it's 8-5 Northwestern. But neither team wants to get into a horse race in this one. They want to play it slow. Not a lot of firepower in either team, and Northwestern especially without their 2 starters down. Here's Odekele out front, left side Garcia. He wants to drive, does, pivots. Got it into the corner now, left for a Fox, backs his way in. Little reverse layup, and a shot up over the backboard. It hit the shot clock. No foul call. He wanted a foul. He hit the deck, and it will be a sub here. The first sub of the game is brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. Ready to get in the game? Just say I'm in. Fox comes out. Frank Mitchell comes in. Odekele will come out, and Brennan Rigsby will come in. Also coming in is KJ Wyndham now for the Northwestern Wildcats. Off-balance shot there by Fox. He thought he got fouled. He hit the deck. The shot was up off the top of the backboard, hitting the shot clock above the backboard, so it was nowhere close. Martinelli with it now on the offensive end for the Wildcats. They lead it by 3, 8-5. Now to Clayton. Jordan Clayton, a sophomore. He's played in this is his 9th game all year. He was going to redshirt. Then when all the starters got hurt, they pulled the redshirt off. So depending on what happens, he may have only played in 9 games all year. Here's a shot, no. It hit the rim right side by Clayton and then went straight out of bounds. So off of the shooter, and it will be a Minnesota inbound in the backcourt. That was Barry, I beg your pardon, who missed the shot. In the backcourt, Mike Mitchell will bring it up. He receives a pass from Patterson, bouncing right now to Rigsby on the wing right. In front of the Wildcat bench, picks up the dribble after a couple of bounces and gives it to Mitchell. Now to Frank Mitchell, back to Mike Mitchell. Reversing now to Rigsby on the right wing. Rigsby waits, ball fake, and now gives to Mike Mitchell with 7 to shoot for Minnesota. Between the leg dribble for Mike Mitchell. Gets a screen, the double team, throws it. The ball deflected out of bounds off of Northwestern. And with 1.8 seconds to shoot, Minnesota will inbound from near half court. 1.8 on the shot clock, 15:39 in this first half on the game clock. Northwestern has an 8-5 lead. We have our first officials timeout. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Flaked on your friend's open mic night? Flaky bread twists and molten lava cakes should do the trick. Soccer team duty? Medium 2-topping pizzas and stuffed cheesy bread are your best defense. Is it your dog's half birthday? Celebrate his biggish day with savory sandwiches and tender specialty chicken. Mix and match 2 or more items for $6.99 each at Domino's. Ask for this offer. 2-item minimum. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, bread bowl pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and can charge extra for some menu items.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Welcome back. We are on the air from Indianapolis, Indiana. Gophers trailing the Wildcats here early on in the opening round of the Big Ten tournament. First game of the tournament 15:39 to play, and Minnesota trailing 8-5. They will have 1.8 seconds to shoot. That's what's left on the shot clock as they hedged a double team on Mike Mitchell, who tried a reverse pass. It got deflected out of bounds. So that's where we stand. Minnesota 2 of 3 and a turnover, and Northwestern 4 of 6. They've got a couple of second chance points as well on their first possession. So both teams shooting all right. Northwestern just with 2 additional field goals made. Gophers have a 3 from Garcia. 2 second-team All-Big Ten players in this one. 2 of the leading scorers in the conference. Garcia averaging 19.1 and Martinelli averaging 20.2. They're both All-Big Ten second team. 1.8 to shoot. Asama will inbound. Gives to Rigsby. Spins with 1. Elevates. 3 in the air. Back rim, no. And the rebound comes off to Berry. So they at least got a shot to the rim. It didn't go, but a chance for a rebound, and that went by the wayside as well. Better than the shot clock violation. Ends up being the same result, but you gave yourself a shot. Speaking of a shot, here's Berry, a 3 that's good. Came off of his screen, and Ty Berry, the graduate, he already has his degree, and he's got his first 3, and it's 11-5 Northwestern. They lead by 6 here. 15-10 to play in this opening half. Isaac Awesome is on the floor with Patterson, Garcia, Frank Mitchell, and Brennan Rigsby. 14 to shoot for the Gophers. Garcia in the corner on the right side gives to Asama. Now they reverse it to Rigsby, who feeds immediately to the post to Mitchell. One-on-one with Nicholson. Pivots in. Got his man in the air. Elevates. Left-handed shot. Good. And he continues to stay red hot. He has 31 points and 31 rebounds in the last 3 games. And he is now 20 for his last 22 from the floor. That is incredible. Here's a pass down low, high, ball tipped and stolen away. The Gophers get the steal, and it's Asama who deflected it and then came away with a loose change. Gophers trailing 11-7. Pass down low, Mitchell, shot blocked and stolen away. Good defense there by Nicholson, the 7-footer. And here come the Wildcats the other way. That was Northwestern's first turnover on the last trip down, and that not only helps the community, but helps the Gophers. Federated Mutual Insurance Company donates $50 every time the Gophers force a turnover all season long. That money goes to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Minnesota. At Federated Insurance, it's our business to protect yours. In the meantime, here's a quick shot out of the lane. Guess who? Martinelli, the lefty, up and good. And with 14 minutes to go, Northwestern stretch it out to a 13-7 lead. 6-point advantage. Here's Rigsby driving, and he lost his footing and a travel, and the Gophers turn it over. He just kind of lost an edge there and slid along the floor and then hit on his backside, and that is a turnover. Minnesota 7-13 in the Big Ten this year. Northwestern 7-13 in the Big Ten. But through various tiebreakers, the Gophers, even though they lost the head-to-head matchup with Northwestern, get the 12 seed out of that bundle of teams. They got 7 wins. Lob down low. Mitchell playing free safety. Terrible pass. Jumped in and got the steal. He gives to Patterson. Patterson into the offensive end. Free throw line extended left. He took a nudge and a foul. Mullins, his first. And for Northwestern, team foul number 1. It'll be a Minnesota inbound. Isaac Asama to pull the trigger. Left side of the board as you look in. Gophers trail it here, 13-7, 13-25 to play in this opening half of this opening game of the Big Ten tournament. Garcia on the inbound, baseline left, takes it all the way into the lane, kick out Asama, open 3, good, he got it to go. The freshman from Cherry, Minnesota, had been just one of his last 7 from 3 over the last 6 games, knocks that down, cuts the lead in half. It's 13-10 Northwestern. 13 minutes to play in this opening half. On the wing right, Berry, and he threw it away. As vacating in the area was Martinelli, and the Gophers come up with a loose ball. A chance to tie with the 3 here as we approach the 12.5-minute mark. Rigsby gives to Asama, who just hit the 3. Into the paint, takes it in, left-handed layup, good. And the freshman's got 5 in a row, and the lead is 1 for the Cats. 13-12 Northwestern. 12:40 to play first half. Good take there by Asama. The freshman has come to play. Wyndham gives out front to Martinelli, working on Asama. Back to Wyndham, the lefty with the 3. It's off the mark. Rebound kept alive by Patterson. And here come the Gophers as Rigsby picks up the rebound. Left-hand dribble into the offensive end. A between-the-leg dribble now. Fires into the corner to Garcia. A jab step. Now he'll use his dribble on the baseline left against Martinelli. They flash a pass, or a double team, and he passes right to a Wildcat. Turnover for Minnesota. Barry comes the other way. Fitzmaurice is into the game. The transfer out of Stanford by way of Stony Point. 7-footer. Here's Martinelli, elevates, short on a 16-footer. Rigsby hauls in his second consecutive carom, and he'll bring it up for Minnesota, and a chance to take the lead. Minnesota down 1, 13-12. Rigsby right side to Frank Mitchell, now to Patterson. Patterson right slot in front of the Northwestern bench. Good crossover on Mullins. Works into the paint, got his man in the air, tried to pass down low to Garcia. And the ball went by. Dawson was thinking it was going to be a shot. Dawson turned to rebound, and the ball went by his ear. And then Dawson immediately turns to Lakai and points to the basket saying, shoot that. And if you make it, great. If you miss it, I've got the rebound. So it's a turnover, unforced, and it'll be Northwestern ball when we come back. 11:35 to go in the first half, and Northwestern an early lead here, 13-12. M Health Fairview Pediatrics, comprehensive, compassionate care created just for kids, because the most important people in your world are their whole world. Learn more at mhealthpeds.org. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Cheering on the Gophers has never been so easy. Shop the Cub Bakery for festive cakes, cookies, and cupcakes dressed up in Gopher gear. Pro tip, pre-order online at cub.com, drop in your local Cub, or order directly on the phone and we'll have it ready for you. Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics and the exclusive home of the Gopher Athletics baked treats.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Prairie Farms Dairy is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and both the men's and women's Student Athletes of the Month. Locally owned by Midwest farm families, Prairie Farms is committed to quality and freshness that ensures the milk and dairy products served at your family's table are the very best. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and coupons and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support local dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
Welcome back. We're in the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. Mike Grimm with you here from Indianapolis, Indiana. Al Nolan is back home. He had a death in the family, so he is not with us on this trip. So flying solo here on the air. Dan Robotham, our engineer, is with us, getting everything set up. He had to hustle today. They wouldn't let us in the building until 2 hours before tip-off, and as always, he pulls through in the clutch. Gophers trying to do the same. 13-12, they trail it here. 11:35 to play in this first half, and the Wildcats will have the basketball. Minnesota 4 turnovers, Northwestern 3 here in this first 8+ minutes of this first half. Neither team has turned the ball over much. On the season, Northwestern 9.8 times, Minnesota 10.8 times per game. So both defenses have forced a couple of extra turnovers. And here's a drive by the freshman Wyndham. Lays it high off the window and good. Pretty good defense, an even better take. And the Wildcats have extended the lead here to 3, 15-12 with 11:15 to play. We're in the first here in Indianapolis. First round of the Big Ten tournament, and another turnover, and that was unforced as Odekale threw it a little wide to Dawson, and he had to reach out with one hand to try to stab it, and he just couldn't quite bring it in on a wide errant pass along the sideline. So back-to-back unforced turnovers in Minnesota now, 5 giveaways. Here's Wyndham, who just hit a nice driving layup, has it out front near that Big Ten tournament logo. Now to Martinelli, their best player. Gives off now to Sheravino, the freshman out of Chicago. He has had a nice season. He was a 3-star recruit for them. 7 to shoot here for Martinelli, driving the baseline. Shot blocked by Fox, and a good job there by Parker. Rebound to Garcia, ahead to Odekale, and jumping in front was Sheravino, and Sheravino's going to get called for an obvious block foul. And Chris Collins talking to Larry Scarato. I think he was asking, could you review that previous shot for goaltending? And because they didn't call goaltending, it is not reviewable. Had they called it goaltending, they could have reviewed it. Watching the replay, I'm going to say it's a coin toss. Either way, I don't know if they'd have overturned it had they called it goaltending, but I don't think they would have overturned it as a non-goaltending. It was right about at the peak. Osama with it for Minnesota. Good backdoor cut by Fox. He fires into the corner to Garcia, and quick reversal to Osama. A three in the air, off the mark. Rebound back tap by Garcia, but nobody home to where he hit it, and it'll be Northwestern ball as the ball goes out of bounds off of Dawson. Minnesota right now being out-rebounded 5-4, so not a big problem there. Northwestern got those early second chance points on the first possession. Otherwise, it's been pretty much hold serve. We approach the midway point here, first half. 10:05 to play, and Minnesota trailing by 3. Northwestern with the ball. Nicholson out front. He's back in the game. Backdoor cut to Sheravino, and a block shot by Osama, and it goes out of bounds. Northwestern will inbound with exactly 10 minutes to play in the half, 12 to shoot. And so Minnesota with back-to-back block shots here on the last two possessions. Inbound man will be Clayton. Gives it into Mullins on the right wing. They get it out top for Nicholson, the 7-footer. Back now to Clayton, top of the key to Martinelli. 5 to shoot for the Wildcats. Into the corner, Sheravino with 3, with 2. Now to Mullins. He'll force up a long 3. Back iron, no. Rebound tipped, and that's going to be off of Garcia, who got knocked down on the rebound attempt, losing his balance, backpedaling, just couldn't keep his balance. He was in a collision with Martinelli, and it will stay Northwestern ball with a fresh 20. That was a little unfortunate there. I don't think it was a foul. It was just a collision, and he couldn't keep his feet. And it's an inbound to Nicholson, and a handoff now to Mullins. Now to Clayton. Clayton working left, gives into the corner. Sheravino, his 3 was partially tipped, and the rebound is stripped away. Nicholson got a hand on it, and then Mike Mitchell stripped it. So the Gophers come the other way, and a chance to tie it if they hit a 3 here. Awesome has been aggressive, takes it into the paint, floating right-hander, off the mark. Rebound, though, is loose. Awesome got his own board, gives to Mike Mitchell. A cutting Fox, layup blocked, and a foul called. Oh, Northwestern didn't like that, and going to the line will be Dawson. No, make that Parker Fox. He went up wanting the dunk, and it looked like he was going to get it with those quick hops, and then Nicholson came over and got a hand on the ball. Boy, that looked pretty clean. I think Northwestern might have had a complaint to register there, and Fox will be at the line to shoot 2. 54.8%, but he's been much better after a rough start at the line, and this one is all net. After a rough start that had him in the 30s, Fox is over 70% from the line in his last 12 games. That's where you want to be, 70 or better. He cuts it to 2. He'll have another free throw here. 9:20 to play first half, 15-13. Minnesota trailing, and Fox hit them both. He's got 4 points. Mitchell in, Fox out. And Garcia's going to get his breather here at the 9:20 mark with Rigsby checking in for him. The lead is 1 for the Wildcats, and they've got the ball into the backcourt. Jordan Clayton, the sophomore from Medford, Massachusetts, gives to Ty Berry. He's a Kansas product on the wing left. Now to Hunger, who's into the game. And now Mullins. Martinelli's getting a bit of a breather while Garcia's on the bench here. Mullins left side, got to the elbow, fires along the baseline to Nicholson. Make that to Hunger. Now to Nicholson, left-handed hook, no. Oh, late whistle and a foul. Ben Johnson didn't like that call either. Let's see who they get the foul on here. It'll be free throws here for Nicholson, and he's not a great free throw shooter. Rigsby got the foul. We'll get a look at the replay here. Ooh. I think that was, I think the last 2 block shot foul calls, probably neither were fouls, so they even out. Fox made both his free throws on his dunk attempt that was blocked that looked clean but called a foul. And now Nicholson, boy, that was an ugly looking release, and a line drive is good. He'll have a second. Garcia had just a quick breather there. He's back into the game now, and Osama will come out. So it's Rigsby, Patterson, Mike Mitchell, Frank Mitchell, and Dawson Garcia. The lead is 2 with another free throw for Nicholson in the air, and good. Boy, that barely got over the rim, but it was enough. 3-point advantage for Northwestern. 8:53 to play. Martinelli back into the game. So he and Garcia both got about a minute or so of game, really under a minute of game time, maybe 3 minutes of actual real time. Patterson out front for Minnesota. His team down 3. He's got the ball driving to the paint. Gets cut off along the baseline. Kept his dribble even though the ball got poked away. With 10 to shoot, lobs it back out to Rigsby. He wants to take it at Mullins. He does. Backs his way into the paint. 6 to shoot. Gives to Dawson. Baseline right-handed hook. Good. Dawson Garcia's got 5. Just a floater. And at 17-16, Minnesota once again has trimmed it to 1 with 8:20 to go here in the first half. Martinelli to Clayton out front now for the Wildcats. Lob down low. Martinelli shot blocked and a goaltend on Rigsby. So let's see. They'll give Martinelli that bucket. He's up to 8 points. And that would be reviewable if they want to at the under 8 timeout. If they called it on the pin on the backboard, that could be reviewed because I think he hit it before it hit the backboard. And here's a pass down low and a charge called on Frank Mitchell, who just kind of ran into a guy on the drive. He drove on a power dribble, ran into a guy, threw to Garcia, who was open in the corner, but they wave it off. A charge on Frank Mitchell, and Northwestern will get the ball back. 19-16, Wildcats lead, 7:56 to play in this first half. If you love taking your family to a Gopher game, how about getting 4 discounted tickets, 4 soft drinks, 4 mix and match popcorn and candy, and $5 off your next $50 purchase at Cub. Log on to gophersports.com/tickets for complete details. It's the Cub Family 4-pack. We'll see you on campus soon. There are select softball and baseball games where that Cub Family 4-pack will work here this spring. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This season, Minnesota soybean farmers are defending against harmful PFAS chemicals by investing soy checkoff dollars into soy foam, a bio-based fire suppressant made with soy flour and 0 PFAS chemicals or forever chemicals. We can't lose when farmers are protecting the environment and fire responders while also growing demand for soy. Learn how the soy checkoff protects Minnesotans' own court and scores buckets for the economy by visiting mnsoybean.org.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is exciting, so here to tell you all about it is me. And to make it more exciting, I'll be using my movie trailer voice.
In a world where we all crave more play in our day, one woman's journey leads her to the convenience store. Coming this year, scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. And you're gonna wanna play because anything can happen when you say, I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
A true teammate takes on every day with the winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day, but they are more than your typical athlete. They are kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact is supported by your local Toyota dealers.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, Indiana, the Big Ten tournament. We're glad you're with us here on this Wednesday. A little matinee basketball. Gophers trailing Northwestern 19-16. Wildcats will have the basketball coming out of this timeout after the offensive foul on Frank Mitchell. He drove into the paint on a couple of power dribbles, ran into a Wildcat they called a charge. He had kicked into the corner, and Garcia had broken free. And it will be Northwestern ball. Clayton to bring it up. We just saw the replay of the Rigsby goaltend, and it was indeed a goaltend. They did not review it, but we saw the replay, and that would have definitely been confirmed as goaltend. Probably why they didn't review it. With the ball out front, this is Luke Hunger. Gives off now. Backdoor cut to Martinelli. Layup good as Mike Mitchell had a little miscommunication with one of his teammates. Martinelli up to 10, and it's 19. Make it 21-16. Northwestern, the lead is 5. They've scored 4 straight. 7:20 to play here in this first half. Here's a drive by Patterson. Shot, no. Rebound, Frank Mitchell. He puts it back out for Mike Mitchell. One-hand pass and sails out of bounds. Left-handed pass. Mike Mitchell, errant pass. And he is immediately subbed out with Isaac Osama, the freshman, coming in. 21-16 the count, 7:11 to play here in this opening half. We give you station identification, 10 seconds. This is the Gopher Radio Network. Northwestern with the ball up into the offensive end, and a poke away and a turnover. Ball out of bounds right over by the Minnesota bench, and the Gophers force a turnover. Minnesota with 7 turnovers, Northwestern 5. That's more than they would be on pace for normally, either team. Northwestern averages just 9.8, Minnesota just 10.8 per game. 5-point lead here, Northwestern on a 4-0 run, and Minnesota in a bit of a drought. Osama with it out front. On the drive, he'll feed it out. Good job by Garcia to Sky at the wing to catch it. Now he drives into the paint, took some contact, kick out. Rigsby a 3, good. Brennan Rigsby continues his hot streak. He knocks down the 3. Now he was just 1 for 7 Sunday against Rutgers, but remember he had a big stretch of games, 18 against Wisconsin, 20 against Nebraska. That's a big bucket, cuts it to 2, 21-19. 6:15 to play in the first. Here's Martinelli a 3, no good. And Mitchell called for a foul on the rebound. Frank Mitchell can't believe it, as after the miss, Mitchell gets called for the foul, his second. Fox will come in for Frank, who will get a breather with the 2 fouls. He's not happy at all. Larry Scarato explaining to him why that was a foul. And the inbound will be to Northwestern. Martinelli along 2 on the inbound, rattles in. He's up to a dozen. Gophers must have forgotten he was their best player because there was nobody guarding him on that inbound. 4-point lead here for Northwestern. 6 minutes to play. Gophers with 5 fouls called on them. Northwestern with 3. Here's Patterson, left of the arc, well away from the basket. Couple of dribbles to the right of the arc. Now to Osama on the wing right. He drives on the freshman Wyndham. Kick out Garcia. Dawson has 5 points so far today. Nearly lost the handle. Keeps it now. 5 to shoot. Outside the stripe left. Picks up the dribble. Backdoor cut. Fox leans in. Missed the shot, but a blocking foul. And Parker, who's 2 for 2 at the line, will get a couple more. Wyndham, the man who commits the foul. Good late action there to get an open look for Parker Fox as Garcia threaded the needle to get it into the paint. Fox 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 4 points here. And he can make it a 2-point game if he knocks them both down. And he hits the first. Gophers are 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That was a bugaboo the last 2 games, and I know a lot of people have been worried about that. Prior to that, though, the Gophers are on about a 10-game stretch where they were at least 68%, most of the time over 70%. But the last 2 games have not been good free throw shooting games, and they were both tight. One an overtime game and one right down to the wire. Fox hits them both, so it's good to see. Gophers 4 for 4 from the line, all by Fox, and it's a 2-point Wildcat lead, 23-21. 5:30 to play here in this first half. Cats with the ball. Pass out front. This is Wyndham. Wyndham throws to the right wing to Nicholson. Martinelli and Garcia away from the ball were contacting each other pretty heavy. Both fans from both sides were yelling. Here's Clayton on a drive and a shot. He drove into the, or he cut, I should say, into the paint, then caught it in the heart of the paint and put it up, and good for Clayton. He's at 4. The lead is 4, 25-21 Wildcats. 5:05 to play here, first half. Garcia on the wing right. Left of the arc, working on Clayton, trying to back him down. He's keeping him in front. Dawson staying with the dribble. Elevates. His shot is up and good. Boy, tough hit for Garcia, who's up to 7. And the lead again is 2 for Northwestern, 25-23. Pretty good contest we've got going here in Indy at 4:40 to play in the first. Fast-paced first half. Here's a 2-man game. Martinelli receives from Berry. He's double-teamed. Kick out back to Berry. Open 3. No good. Rebound. Volleyball back out, and Northwestern will have another chance as Nicholson pats it to his teammate out front, Wyndham. Now to Martinelli, and he got held, and a foul called on Lakai Patterson, his first. And it'll be an inbound situation. 1 on Patterson, and that's 6 on Minnesota, so not a 1-on-1. Kelly back into the game. He has played just 6 minutes in this one. Patterson will get a breather. Inbound man will be Wyndham, the freshman. Left side as you look in. Gives to Nicholson, now to Martinelli. They have run some good stuff off inbounds. Back to Wyndham. Now reversing to Clayton, top of the key. Wyndham left wing. The lefty with a right-hand dribble. Pick and roll action. Kick out to Barry, who had to track down a loose ball. 7 to shoot. Now to Martinelli. Got Fox in the air. Off balance shot, and he banked it in. Boy, he's something else. Any way he can make a bucket, he's been finding it. And it's 27-23. The lead is 4. 4 minutes to go in the half. Next stoppage will play will be our final media timeout of the half. Osama waves off a screen and now gives to Fox way out near the logo. 13 to shoot for the Gophers. They trail by 4. They had an early lead here, but Northwestern has been out front most of the half. Here's Rigsby on a drive into no man's land, waiting. Now kick out Osama. Straight on 3 from Isaac. Off the mark, and the rebound comes off to Clayton. It hit the right rim, went straight to the floor, and Clayton scooped it up off the floor. And with 3.5 minutes to go, Northwestern will set up a play called by Chris Collins. Coming right down the heart of the lane, Clayton, layup good. Timeout, Minnesota. Clayton now has 6. The lead is 6, 29-23. And Ben Johnson will use his use it timeout here with 3:24 to play. We are going to take a break at this point anyway at the next stoppage of play, and now this becomes the official media timeout. Gophers trail by 6, 29-23. This is the largest lead of the game for either team. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
I'm Clay Geary, walk-on turned scholarship wide receiver for Gopher football.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner. We understand championship culture, which is why we're part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at Sunbelt Business Advisors. With more brokers, buyers, and offers, Sunbelt gets owners more than the market average.
Learn more about this True North company at sunbeltminnesota.com.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Affinity Plus rewards you for all your banking. New puppy owners can earn points for chew toys, plus points for new shoes, plus points for puppy class. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Visit affinityplus.org/go Gophers to learn more and become a member today. That's affinityplus.org/go Gophers. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCAA.
This broadcast is a copyrighted presentation of the Big Ten Conference Incorporated. Any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Big Ten Conference's express written consent is prohibited. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana. Mike Grimm with you here on this broadcast, and the Gophers down 6. This is the largest Northwestern lead, 29-23. Northwestern has hit 4 of its last 5 shots. They're on a 4-0 run. And they're out front here. Ben Johnson had a use it or lose it timeout, and he had seen enough defensively. Northwestern right now 13 of 24 from the floor, 54%. Minnesota pretty good too, 8 of 15, 53%. But they've made 5 more field goals because Minnesota's turned the ball over 7 times. 6 second chance points as well for the Wildcats. They are leading the rebounding edge 9-7. Here's a drive shot, no, and a charge called on Rigsby. Rigsby drove in. Now we're going to call Fox with the foul. All right. I'm going to look at this. Rigsby drove in, missed the shot, so no foul there, and then they called it on Fox on the rebound, which means instead of player control, it is going to be a 1-on-1 here. I thought it was a charge they called, but it will be free throws. Boy, Northwestern has flopped a couple of times here. That was not much contact, and Barry went down there like he was a cannonball just hit him. So the foul on Fox is his second. 1-1. Free throw is good by Barry. He's at 4 points. The lead now has grown to 7, 30-23. Second one by Barry is short, and Fox hauls in the rebound. So the lead is 7, 30-23. That's Fox's second rebound. It's now a 9-8 rebounding lead here for Northwestern, and now away from the ball, a holding call on Martinelli as he was trying to fight through a screen. Garcia comes off the screen, and he kind of had an arm or a fingertip on the hip there. Not a shooting situation, just the 5th foul on Northwestern. Fox committed the foul last time. That was 7, which is why Barry shot. Odekali on the inbound. Double team, now single team. Mullins back into the game. Now to Rigsby for Minnesota, to Garcia. They play a 2-man game, 8 to shoot. Brennan wants to drive. He's being worked over there by Barry with 5 to shoot, with 4 to shoot. One-hand pass is deflected out of bounds off of Clayton, and with 2.3 to shoot, Minnesota will inbound from the sideline. Gophers need to get a quick one here. The Northwestern bench was very excited about how they defended that play. Odekali, the trigger man. Waits, gives to Fox. He'll have to fire a 3 from NBA range. It's short, and the rebound comes out deep to Nicholson. Minnesota's on a drought of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And they trail here by 7 with 2.5 minutes to go. We're in the first. The winner of this one gets the 5th-seeded Badgers tomorrow at 1:30. Martinelli with the ball, left of the arc, gives to Barry. A little pick and roll, nothing there. Now on the left wing, Mullins back to Martinelli, and Odekali, a little touch foul, just a nudge. And Odekali's second. And it'll be a 1-1 here for Martinelli. Free throw for Martinelli. 75%. He's taken 174 free throws this year. And the first one is no good. And that was a 1-1. The rebound comes off to Fox, his third. Outlet to Asama. Gophers down 7. They need some firepower here. Garcia has 7 points. He's got the ball. Now gives to Odekali. Femi off of a screen. They're really overplaying on Garcia. They're fronting and doing everything they can to stay between the ball and him. Now he's got it way out front with 10 to shoot. Now to Asama, left wing. Back to Garcia. He's working on Martinelli. Takes him baseline. Goes around Nicholson. Fires to Odekali. Now to Rigsby. Open 3, right wing. Back iron, no. Rebound tipped, kept alive by Asama, and he saved it into Fox, and a second chance opportunity. Now back to Garcia, gets a screen from Parker. He slips the screen in with the shot off the back iron, no. And Ben Johnson wanted a foul, nothing called. Martinelli the rebound, ahead to Barry. 3 in the air for Barry, back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Mullins to Clayton. Clayton works around his man, pass down low is kicked by Fox. And now Fox is asking Scarrato, he got pushed. Why was there not a foul? Patterson back in. Odekali comes out. Ben Johnson's growing frustrated, I can tell you that, with the way this thing's going. 1:25 to play here in the first half. Gophers trail by 7. Inbound comes to Martinelli. Working on Garcia. Floating shot. Good. He's up to 16 first half points. The lead is 9. 32-23. 7-0. Wildcat run. 1:15 to go in this half. Gophers have missed 5 straight shots. On the wing right side, Patterson takes it into the paint, pivots, fades, shoots, scores. 7-footer, and that's his first bucket of the day. He's got 2, cuts the drought off, and it's 32-25. And the Gophers needed those points. They've extinguished the run. That means Minnesota Soybean will donate 1 5-gallon pail of Soy Foam to a Minnesota Fire Department. Minnesota soybean farmers defending against harmful PFAS chemicals by investing in Soy Foam to protect the environment and fire responders. Here's Rigsby. He stole the ball with 40 seconds to go. He takes it coast to coast. Driving layup is good. Timeout Northwestern. 5 for Rigsby, and Chris Collins steaming mad at one of his players there. I think that was Clayton, saying call a timeout if you're in trouble. And it's 32-27. The lead has been cut to 5. It's a 4-0 run here for the Golden Gophers with 37 seconds left to play in this first half. Big bucket there by Rigsby as the Wildcats looked a little confused offensively. The shot clock was winding down, and then Clayton tried to throw it, and Rigsby was able to get his hand on it, came up with the loose ball, and he jumped from a long ways out. I don't know if he was thinking dunk, but it was so far out he went from a long ways out and ended up with a layup, which is totally fine. He got the point. So Chris Collins, steaming at his team, took the timeout. That was a use it or lose it as well. So each team, assuming neither calls a timeout from here to the end of this half, will have their full 3 timeouts that they would normally get in the second half. Second game here of this doubleheader will be Ohio State and Iowa, and then Rutgers and USC to wrap it up. Be interesting to see what the crowd's like in that one. Neither of those teams anywhere nearby at all. And here is a push-off in the backcourt. Clayton tried to get free on a little token press, and he pushed off. So the Gophers will get the ball. And Ben Johnson was trying to figure out what happened as well. He's like, oh, okay, our ball, we'll call a play. So he's got the play into his team. It'll be an inbound underneath. Not a shooting situation, just the 6th foul on the Wildcats. So Minnesota on a 4-0 run can keep it up. And they find Garcia on the cut, layup, no, but he drew the foul. Barry on the hold, and this will be bonus, 1-1 here for Garcia. Anyway, back to that point, Rutgers on the right side of the country, the East Coast, USC way on the left side of the country, the West Coast. They're going to meet in the middle, and we'll be interested to see who that game will probably tip off about 9 o'clock local Indianapolis time. Be interesting to see what kind of crowd it gets. Decent crowd here in Minnesota Northwestern. Garcia's front end of the 1-on-1 is good. He's up to 8 points. Iowa, Ohio State. I just saw some Buckeye fans walking up by the concourse. A few folks wearing red up to our upper deck to the left as Garcia hit the second. He's up to 9 points, and it's a 6-0 run, and Minnesota's cut it to 3, 32-29. Northwestern has about a 7-second shot clock, game clock difference here. 23 to shoot, 30 to play. Clayton looks like he's going to be content to let the clock wind down here. He's at near half court. Rigsby guarding him. Far enough away that a 5-second call's not been enacted. 10 to shoot, and now they set the play in motion. Martinelli right of the arc with 8. Left side on the wing to Barry with 5, with 4. Barry fadeaway, high arcing shot, air ball. Rebound Rigsby. Gophers with 8 seconds. Rigsby into the offensive end. Finds Fox. Fox layup. No. Rebound tipped with 1 second. Barry will launch a 3/4 court shot. No good. And Fox misses the layup dunk attempt on the end. And the Gophers couldn't get the bucket. I think Parker thought maybe he got a little contact there. He's telling Rigsby good job on the pass to him. But all things being equal, the Gophers at one point were down 9. They finished on a 6-0 run to cut it to 3. 32-29. The Gophers trail it at the half. When trailing at the half this year, the Gophers are 7-12. The halftime show is sponsored by Western National Insurance, and we will have that halftime show when we come back. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Kids, some days keeping up with them takes everything you've got. And in return, they give us everything they've got. At M Health Fairview Pediatrics, we've made it our life's work to care for kids. To do anything and everything we can for every kid who comes through our doors. Because the most important people in your world are our whole world. Learn more about a world of care just for kids at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
Gopher Basketball is brought to you by Washburn McCreevy Funeral Chapels, proud supporter of Golden Gopher Basketball. Welcome to the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Western National on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. For the home, auto, and business coverage that Minnesotans trust, turn to Western National Insurance.
Welcome back. It is Gopher Halftime, sponsored by Western National Insurance. Mike Grimm with you here at the break. Gopher scored the final 6 points of the first half to cut what was a 9-point Wildcat lead to 3. They had a shot near the rim late that didn't quite go in. They could have cut it to 1, but all things being equal, when you're down 9 to cut it to 3, that's a pretty good end of the half, and the Gophers have been a pretty good second half team. So the score 32-29. Mike Grimm with you here in Indianapolis. And Gopher Deputy Athletic Director Julie Manning is on this trip, and she joins us here courtside. Julie, good to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Were you in Indy last week with the women as well?
I was not, because we had our men's basketball game against Wisconsin that night, and it was senior night when we were
So you
here.
stayed for that.
I stayed back, yeah.
Interesting time right now within the department. We're going to talk about all the stuff going on, but the man who leads the department, Mark Coyle, is also busy with some secondary activity. While he's looking over the Gopher athletic things, he is also on the NCAA men's basketball committee, and they're getting into nitty-gritty time to figure out who those last handful of teams are going to be. In fact, he can't even come to this game, right? I mean, by rule, they say he's sequestered. You got to stay. I asked him if he could sneak out, and Mark, he's like, no, I'm not going to sneak out. I'm sure he's watching on TV. Who knows? Maybe he's listening right now. But that's one, kind of cool that Mark is on that. I think this is the third year for him now. But two, it puts a few more things on your plate as well at this time of year.
It does. And Mark works very closely with the other deputy athletic director, Dusty Clements, and myself, and in preparation really for him to be gone quite a bit in the month of March. But as you said, he's never more than a text message or a phone call away. I know he doesn't sleep very much when he's at these NCAA committees, because he's watching over what we're doing too. But it's an honor to be on these committees. It's expected service, and he certainly does his part. That's for sure. And as you said, he's not able to join us, and really we won't see him until Sunday night when he flies back after selection show.
Yeah, Sunday's kind of their moment of truth for sure on this last handful. He joked. I think he was serious. He probably wasn't joking. He said he has to sign out when he leaves, and he said the only reason he leaves is to go on his usual jog.
Yes.
And then when he's back, and that's it. So pretty cool for him for sure. A lot of good stuff. What do you think of this first half for the Gophers?
Well, I think it's a good half. Boy, it is very, very physical. Of course, they're big. We're handling it. I think we're getting a little bit more comfortable as we got into the half. As you said, I think we finished the half very strongly, and maybe starting to get into that pace and that physicality that Ben has talked about really going into this game. I got your radio show right before we all flew out, so I knew he was talking a great deal about the physicality and then just the runs that they can get into.
So as an athletic administrator, this is also the time of year you're hoping both teams, you're hoping the men can go on a run and make the big dance, right? But if not, there have to be some contingency plans. There are other tournaments that may want to invite the Gophers. The women are in a similar boat, hoping to be on the right side of the bubble and in. But if not, it isn't as if all of a sudden on Sunday night that something just pops up. So how much work is going on from that standpoint, both men's and women's, to try to figure out a plan if there is more basketball to be played?
Yeah. There is, and you're preparing, no doubt about it. On the women's side, they now have 3 tournaments. The NCAA, of course, which, we're a bubble team. We know that. Maybe we'll get some good news Sunday night. There's the WBIT, which is fairly new. Last year we were in the NIT, the WNIT. So we feel very confident that if we would not get a bid in the NCAA, we'll be in the WBIT. we are very busy at our institution. We're hosting a lot of high school basketball. And so if either team gets the call, we will be on the road. We do know that for a couple of rounds. We have an opportunity to host at home once the boys high school tournament is done. But there's a lot of work there. Our event staff, Stephanie Davis, does a remarkable job because you have to bid on all of those, and that takes a lot of time and effort, working with our business office to make sure the numbers work and they're right and we want to submit. So we certainly are poised and ready to do that and to participate. On the men's side, of course, the NIT is still there, and then there's a new tournament called the Crown that's out in Las Vegas that is going to be very, very intriguing for institutions as well.
All right. Well, one other quick note we should mention, I had Brad Frost on my podcast yesterday. If people want to listen, I know Justin Gard had him on his podcast. Gardsy and I talk every day, but we didn't communicate, which is fine. Double the coverage, no problem. But anyway, big Saturday for Brad Frost and company, a chance to get into the Frozen Four for the women, which is here. So if they keep winning, they'll keep playing at home.
Yeah, we've got to get Colgate first here this weekend coming in. And, we're playing very well right now. We're scoring a lot of goals. It looks like we're peaking. It appears to be at the right time. So we're really excited for them. Of course, we know with Abby Murphy, we've got one of the very, very best. So we're looking forward to her. If she's scoring or if she's assisting, she is dangerous.
Yeah, great.
She's fun to watch.
Great fun player to watch indeed. And Brad Frost talks about in the podcast how important it is if they can fill that place. What a great home court or home ice edge that would be. So gophersports.com. Very affordable, great family fun. If you love hockey, you're going to love going to that game.
I would think so. Every time I go, I am so amazed at just their skating ability. And, it's kind of similar to men and women's basketball. It's different than men's hockey. But the beauty of their skating and the assists, and it's a remarkable. I would really encourage people to attend if they haven't been. And if they have, then we'd certainly like to have you back.
No doubt. 2 o'clock on Saturday. That's 2 o'clock Minnesota time at Rid Arena. Julie, always great to catch up. Thanks.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Julie Manning, Deputy Athletic Director, University of Minnesota. Gophers trail here 32-29. We're at the break, and Western National brings you this halftime show. It's Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Take a playcation to Mystic Lake. With 24/7 gaming, the good times never have to end. And you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants and bars. Or relax in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Those that play together, stay together. And don't forget to join Club M so you can spark new memories and bask in the rewards along the way. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake, where every day is play day.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back. Go for halftime, sponsored by Western National Insurance. Minnesota down 3 here, 32-29. Trailed by 9. There was a little bit of a cold stretch there, and then the final 6 points go by way of the Gophers to cut it to 3. Dave Thorson, assistant coach, joins us courtside. Nice finish there the last 2.5 minutes.
I thought we rallied with our effort defensively in particular. It got to a couple balls. And we gave them a couple 50-50s early that they were able to build some momentum, but I thought we took some of that back in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
And once you decided to keep care of the ball, that changed things a little too.
7 turnovers and a half is too many as far as I'm concerned, so we got to take care of that thing, and we got to make them guard us. When we have been able to share the ball, we've gotten really good attacks. Dawson's done a great job of whether he's either shooting it or they're so focused in on him that he's got to play off 2 feet and kick it. He did that a couple times for wide open shots. We got to continue to do that as well.
And Martinelli's so good. He's got 16 here, and he just has this weird way. He's off balance, and all of a sudden he banks one in from 15.
We whipped a couple screens that we shouldn't have on him, and they do a great job of trying to set them lower. So we got to chase those out. We got to make it tougher on him. He can't do the same thing in the second half.
All right, very good. Good luck.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Dave Thorson with us, assistant coach for the Golden Gophers. They trail by 3 here, 32-29. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Marston is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marston has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, reach out to Marston to learn more about part-time and full-time opportunities in your neighborhood. Marston offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. Join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting careers.marston.com or call 651-641-1717.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Gopher fans, the 15th annual Goldies Run presented by Abbott is happening on Sunday, April 6th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Each year for the past 14 years, participants have run, walked, and enjoyed the very best in springtime running in the Twin Cities, including a memorable finish on the 50-yard line of Huntington Bank Stadium. New this year, in addition to a 5K, a 10-mile, and a kids run, is a 10K run. Truly something for everyone. Go to goldiesrun.com for information and to register. This is the event people come back for every spring. Goldies Run presented by Abbott. See you at the start line.
Welcome back. Western National Insurance halftime show. Minnesota trailing here 32-29. Time for the first half scoring summary. Brought to you by mHealth Fairview Pediatrics. With over 60 locations across the Twin Cities, mHealth Fairview Pediatrics offers care that goes the extra mile without having to drive one. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org. For Minnesota, Dawson Garcia led the way with 9. Parker Fox with 6. 5 each for Isaac Osama and Brennan Rigsby. 2 each for Patterson and Frank Mitchell. Mike Mitchell played 9 minutes but did not score. Oda Kelly played 9 minutes and did not score. Nick Martinelli was 16 on 8 of 11 shooting for the Wildcats. 6 for Clayton, 4 each for Barry and Nicholson, and then 2 points for Wyndham. Playing in that first half and not scoring, Mullins, Fitzmaurice, Hunger, and Sheravino. And that is our tail of the tape, sponsored by mHealth Fairview. Score is 32-29. That score is brought to you by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. And that is our halftime show, sponsored by Western National Insurance. The horn is sounding, and that means we're ready to go. Mike Mitchell will inbound the ball. Femi Odekali on the floor, along with the other 3 starters, Fox, Garcia, and Patterson. It's Barry, Mullins, Clayton, Nicholson, and Martinelli for the Wildcats. So the same 10 that started the game starting here this second half. Waiting for that second horn. We get the thumbs up from the official score, and that means we can get going here with half number 2. Mike Mitchell will inbound. The Gophers on a 6-0 run. They want to keep it going here as they cut a 9-point lead to 3 right before the break. Here's Garcia at the elbow right. Jab step. Now he's going to put it on the floor. Takes it right at Martinelli. Fadeaway shot back iron. No. Rebound comes off to Clayton. Odicali was fighting hard for the rebound but couldn't come up with it. Pass quickly ahead. Mullins had it poked away. Garcia the turnover. He'll bring it the other way as he scooped it up off the deck. Crosses over Martinelli. Gets into the paint and then he threw it away. So the teams on 3 trips have 3 turnovers. And the Wildcats come the other way. Clayton into the offensive end. To Martinelli, left wing. Now handoff to Nicholson. They run a 2-man game. Not much there. Now a handoff to Barry, who fades away. And giving off for Clayton. Baseline jumper. Good. 16-footer. Jordan Clayton's up to 8. That snaps the run, and it's 34-29. The lead is 5 here for the Wildcats. A minute into this second half. Patterson into the corner. Garcia elevating a 3 is all net. His second 3. He started the first half with a 3, and now he's got the second half started with a 3. He's up to a dozen, and the lead is 2 for Northwestern, 34-32. Quickly Mullins the other way, bouncing out to Clayton. Gophers in a man-to-man as they've played all year. Working to the right is Clayton. Gives to Martinelli against Garcia. Now a little shovel pass to Nicholson. They play that same 2-man game. Barry off the screen, and he knocks down the 3. So the Gophers turn it over. The Wildcats respond with a turnover. The Gophers hit a 3. The Wildcats respond with a 3. 37-32. The lead back to 5 for Northwestern. 18-18 to play. Mitchell is not scored here. He'll elevate. A 3 in the air. It's front rim. No, and Barry the rebound. Mike Mitchell is now 1 for his last 11 from 3 and 1 for his last 18 overall. That was his first shot attempt of the day. It was online but short. Here's Nicholson outside the 3-point stripe. Another handoff to Barry. This time they hedge on it, and he doesn't have an open 3, so he'll retreat to the right wing. And now giving to the right wing to Martinelli, working on Odicali. 5 to shoot. Martinelli spinning. Shot, lost it in the air, and a tie ball. It'll stay Northwestern ball, and that's good news. The Gophers will get the arrow in their favor, and with just 2.8 seconds to shoot, Northwestern will inbound underneath. Sub in is Brennan Rigsby. Mike Mitchell will go to the bench. Saw Mike's mom sitting up in the stands behind the bench here earlier tonight. She's at the game. Here is Nicholson with 1 to shoot, a 3 way short. No good. That is his first career 3-point attempt. Guy's never shot a 3-pointer, but with the shot clock winding down, he had to. And you see the result. It hit barely iron, so that's why he's not shot many. Skip past Rigsby. He shot a bunch of 3s. He'll drive, kick out Fox. Fox with a jab step. Now to Patterson. Gophers down by 5. They've got the ball, 10 to shoot. Good move by Patterson. Bouncing into the corner. Garcia got his man in the air. Fires out to Rigsby. Wide open 3 left of the arc. Short. Rebound. Tip. Patterson had it, but his right foot was on the baseline, so it will be out of bounds off Patterson, and it'll stay, or will go to, I should say, Northwestern. Good hustle there by Lakai, but his foot was out of bounds on the rebound. Little token 3-quarter press, nothing there, and Minnesota retreats to defense. Pass down low to Nicholson, and he had it poked away. It'll stay Northwestern ball on the shot attempt. Nicholson looking to the coach. He and Chris Collins are having a few words back and forth on that play. I'm not sure what created that, but it didn't look like either guy was happy. Nicholson on the inbound. 3 minutes into the half. Here's Clayton on the drive. Pivots. Gives out to Martinelli. He wants to drive on Dawson, who keeps him in front. Little hook shot. Too strong. Rebound. Martinelli. Put back. Yes, and a foul. Martinelli missed the shot. Finally missed a shot. But then neither Garcia nor Fox could grab the rebound. It was all Fox could do just to keep him in front. And Martinelli sneaked in then after he missed the shot. Got the rebound, as it was tipped and kept alive by Nicholson in a 3-point play chance. 39-32, and the free throw good. 40-32. The lead is 8. Northwestern 8-3 here in the second half. It's a 6-0 run. We're 3:15 in to the second half. 40-32 Wildcats. Rigsby right of the arc, pivoting, gives to Garcia at the top of the key. Jab step, elevates, long two, no good. Nicholson the rebound. Northwestern with the ball. Outlet comes to Clayton. He'll jog it up. What a story. Clayton is playing in just his 9th game of the year. Was going to redshirt. Then all the injuries hit and said, take the red shirt off, coach. I'm ready to play. Here's a drive by Martinelli. Double team. Finds Mullins on a cut. And now to Nicholson for a slam dunk. Boy, that was pretty good teamwork, and it's the largest lead of the day. 42-32, 10-point lead here for Northwestern. 16:05 to play. It's a 10-3 second half here for the guys wearing purple. Here's Fox on the drive into the paint. Takes it to the rim. Shot blocked. Rebound comes off to Mullins, who outlets to Barry. Barry motors into the offensive end. Finds a trailing Mullins. Layup good. Timeout Minnesota. 12-point lead. Mullins with his first points of the night, and it's 44-32. Northwestern starts the half on a 12-3 run. In fact, it's 10 in a row after Minnesota got the 3 from Garcia. They had outscored them 3-2, and now it's 10 in a row, and the Gophers trail by a dozen. 44-32, 15:48 to play. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. It's Kohl's, where families come first. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Affinity Plus rewards you for all your banking. New puppy owners can earn points for chewed toys, plus points for new shoes, plus points for puppy class. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. Visit affinityplus.org/GoGophers to learn more and become a member today. That's affinityplus.org/GoGophers. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCAA.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Welcome back. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana. Mike Grimm with you today. Again, condolences to Al Nolan. He had a death in the family and could not make the trip this week. 44-32. Gophers trailing Northwestern. 15:48 to go. Ben Johnson had to take the timeout there. Northwestern on a 10-0 run. The Gophers had cut the lead to 2 at 34-32. And then Northwestern with 10 straight. And they had upped the tempo. Out of the timeout, Rigsby, Garcia, Frank Mitchell into the game. Isaac Osama and Lakai Patterson for the Gophers. Nicholson, Martinelli, Mullins, Clayton, and Barry for Northwestern. Northwestern, of course, with the injuries, has shrunk its bench. Leach and Barnheiser, both starters, their second and third leading scorers, suffered season-ending injuries about 3 weeks ago. And this team has played very well in their absence. Pass into the corner to Garcia from Minnesota. Trying to mount a rally here, down by a dozen. Patterson a 3 from straight on, and it's an air ball sailing straight out of bounds. And it'll be Northwestern ball in the backcourt. And now that brings us to our under 16-minute officials timeout. Northwestern 44, Minnesota 32. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm.
As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more. Cheering on the Gophers has never been so easy. Shop the Cub Bakery for festive cakes, cookies, and cupcakes dressed up in Gopher gear. Pro tip, pre-order online at Cub.com, drop in your local Cub, or order directly on the phone and we'll have it ready for you. Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics and the exclusive home of the Gopher Athletics baked treats.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, family-owned and celebrating over 165 years of serving families in the Twin Cities, and a proud supporter of Gopher basketball. Visit the webpage at washburnmccreevy.com. Mike Grimm with you here in Indianapolis. Dan Robotham is our on-site engineer. Casey Wolfmeyer is our Gopher Radio Network producer. Gophers trailing by a dozen, 44-32. 15-26 to play in this opening round game. It's the first game of the tournament. We're at Gamebridge Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis. Wildcats will have the ball coming out of the timeout. The winner of this one will get the 5th-seeded Wisconsin Badgers tomorrow at 1:30, and then the winner of that one tomorrow will get the 4th-seeded UCLA Bruins on Friday at about 2 or 2:30. Don't make that. That was 1:30 as well. So the Gophers will need to rally here and then upset Wisconsin to get to the Bruins. Bruins with a double bye with the 4 seed. Here is the Gophers with a little bit of a full court press. It's broken on a pass from Clayton to Martinelli. Now Martinelli back to Clayton. 18 to shoot for Northwestern. Leading here by a dozen. They beat Minnesota by 12 2 weeks and 1 day ago. 15 days ago. Here's Martinelli, a 3. Front rim, no. Offensive rebound again. Mullins fires back out to Clayton, and now they'll reset. Gophers losing the rebounding battle here so far, 23-12 in this one. Here's a drive by Mullins. Baseline finds Martinelli. Layup blocked by Frank Mitchell, and Patterson comes away with the loose ball. Good hustle by both. And Lakai into the offensive end of the right wing. Gophers needing some points. They're 0 for their last 5. They've gone almost 5 minutes without a point. Garcia has the only points of the half, a 3-pointer early on. Here's Osama, a little stop and start move into the paint. Right-handed layup, good. Never put a second hand on it, just went up one-handed and got it to go, and that stops the bleeding, and it's down to a 10-point game. 14:20 to play, 44-34 Northwestern. Martinelli, who, had he made that 3, it would have been a 15-point lead, but missed, and Minnesota then got the block shot on the rebound, and back the other way. Here's Clayton, a shot, heart of the lane, no good. Mitchell brings in the rebound for Minnesota. Frank Mitchell, that is. Now to Patterson. He weaves his way through, passing down low to Mitchell, and a whistle and a foul on Northwestern, and that foul is going to be on whom? Clayton. Jordan Clayton, the foul, his second. First one on Northwestern. Clayton comes out. Nicholson comes out. Into the game is Luke Hunger, the sophomore. He's out of Montreal. And also into the ball game is Wyndham, the freshman. Inbound to Rigsby. He's on the floor with Garcia, Frank Mitchell, Patterson, and Osama. Osama just hit the bucket. Bouncing out to Patterson. 12 to shoot here. Gophers down 10. Patterson to the baseline. Double team, now single team. Working his way to the block. Pivots once, twice. Goes up with a shot. Got fouled. He'll go to the line. Missed it, but did a good job of just staying with it. And then he got Hunger in the air and used his frame to lean in. Patterson at the line. Gophers down by 10. Fouls on Mullins, I beg your pardon. He was the guy that got in the air. Patterson. Gophers are 6 for 6 at the line. Garcia 2 for 2, and Parker Fox 4 for 4. And now Patterson with the bucket. By the way, Patterson with those points goes over the 1,500 career point mark. He'll have another. Got them both. So he was at 1,500 at the start of that free throw attempt. 2 for 2 puts him over 1,500. 15:02 now. 44-34. Gophers have scored 4 in a row to cut a 12-point game to 8. 13:30 to play. Wyndham with it way out front. Needs some help now. Gives it off to Barry. He'll fire an off-balance 3 and hit it. Boy, that is a tough shot. He's in double figures with 10, and it's 47-34. That was defended pretty well. 13:20 to go. Here's Osama into the paint. Kick out Patterson. Open 3, right wing. Off the mark. Frank Mitchell offensive rebound. Power dribble. Reverse layup short. Garcia the rebound on the putback, and he'll go to the line. He got fouled. Hunger the foul. So the Gophers, after being out-rebounded by a bunch, have in the last 3 possessions been very good. This was their 3rd crack at it on that possession, and Mitchell with a couple of defensive rebounds as well. So the rebounding lead trimmed now 23-16 Northwestern. Garcia at the line. Minnesota 8 for 8 at the stripe, and now 9 for 9. He's up to 13 as he makes the first. 47-35. I'm sorry, 47-37. And he can make it a single-digit game here. And he does. 47-38. The lead is 9. 13:09 to play. Gophers now need to get some stops here. They've hit 1 of their last 8 field goals, but they have now hit 4 free throws on their last couple of possessions. Barry out front, left-hand dribble, gives to Wyndham. Wyndham along the baseline, bounces for Martinelli. Martinelli with 1 bucket here in the second half, has 18 points. Now to Wyndham, gets a screen from Martinelli, pass back to Martinelli, and Patterson steals it. Ahead to Garcia. He'll get a Euro step, miss the shot, put back no. Rebound, hot potato, Mitchell fires out to Rigsby. 3rd crack at it. Here's Osama on the drive. Left-handed layup, no. And the rebound comes off to Clayton. Gophers had 3 cracks at it and couldn't get a bucket. Rebound Northwestern, and Martinelli into the offensive end, leading by 9. 12:20 to go. ISOing here, Martinelli against Garcia. Backs him down into the paint. Left-handed shot, no. But Dawson picks up his first foul. Make it his 2nd foul. And to the line will be Martinelli. Martinelli with 19. He's 1 for 2 at the stripe. And he hits the first. 20 points now for Martinelli. He had 29 in Williams Arena against the Gophers in that win, as we mentioned, 15 days ago. He had 28 in the last regular season game in a loss to Maryland. Missed the second. Offensive rebound, though, to Barry. He'll kick out to Clayton, and Northwestern will reshuffle and reset, leading by 10. 48-38. Clayton gets a screen from Martinelli, working left, cut off by Fox. They switch, though, and now Martinelli with 4 to shoot, working on Rigsby. He takes it in, lost the ball, but a foul, and I think they're going to get Rigsby with the foul. They will, his 2nd, and we'll see if they give that to, no, it'll be it will be 2 shots, they say. So 2 shots for Northwestern when we come back. They lead by 10, 11:59 to go. Hey, Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for the budget and the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com/Gopher rebates. 11:59 to go in the ball game. Gophers down 10. Northwestern will have free throws after this. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from your field.
Take a playcation to Mystic Lake. With 24/7 gaming, the good times never have to end. And you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants and bars. Or relax in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Those that play together, stay together. And don't forget to join Club M so you can spark new memories and bask in the rewards along the way. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake, where every day is play day.
Marston is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marston has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, reach out to Marston to learn more about part-time and full-time opportunities in your neighborhood. Marston offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. Join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting careers.marston.com or call 651-641-1717.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy. 5 generations proudly serving the Twin Cities with distinct funeral and cremation services for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy wishes head coach Ben Johnson and the Golden Gophers good luck this basketball season. Family owned and family operated with 18 locations. Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established. Welcome back. Minnesota trailing Northwestern 48-38. Gophers are 1 for their last 10 here in the second half. They've been outscored 16-9, and they're down 10 with 11:59 to go. Wildcats with free throws coming. Gophers had a rough shooting day from 3 Sunday at Rutgers, and they're having a rough one from 3 today. 4 of 13 in the ball game, and 1 of 5 now here in the second half, and just 2 of 12 overall in this second half. Martinelli at the line to shoot a pair. He's 2 for 4 at the line. He's 75% on the year. That free throw is short. He's fighting it at the line. You could tell the way that came off his hand. He's even kind of shaking his head now. He's 2 for 5 at the stripe, but that hasn't stopped him from having a big impact. He's got 20 on the day. That one does go in. It had a little side spin to it, so he hit 1 of 2 there, and it's an 11-point game, 49-38 Wildcats. Gophers led early in this one. 5-4 was their last lead. Northwestern's been in command, but never in a blowout situation. And here is a turnover. Garcia had the ball bounce off his hip on a feed from Frank Mitchell on a back baseline cut. Turnover. It didn't go out of bounds. It was scooped up by a Wildcat. And here's Wyndham. Freshman on freshman against Osama. Takes it in. Airballed a shot. And the rebound comes off to Mitchell. Good defense there by Isaac Osama against his fellow freshman, KJ Wyndham. Here is Patterson giving to Isaac Osama. He drives into the paint. Floating shot is no good, but he drew the foul. And Martinelli picks up the foul. Good job by Osama. I promise you, if Al Nolan were here today, he'd be talking about how happy he is to see that aggression out of the guards, and particularly here the freshmen. If you're just joining us or have been wondering, Al is not with us here in Indy. He had a death in the family, so he's staying home this week to spend time there as Osama hits the free throw. Minnesota now at the line is 10 for 10. That would make that 11 of 11. They were 10 for 10 prior to that as they just update that. Cuts it to 10, 49-39, and he can cut it back to a single-digit game with 11:18 to go. Missed that one. First miss of the day. Lead is 10, Northwestern the rebound, but a great drive to draw the foul on Martinelli for Osama. Osama and Wyndham now offense and defense. Wyndham with the ball. Northwestern up 10, 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Wyndham to the wing left, pivots and gives to Martinelli, working on Garcia. Off to Clayton. Clayton on the left wing. Now to Martinelli with 5 to shoot. Got Patterson in the air, off balance shot, threw it up off the backboard. Shot clock winds down, and it will stay Northwestern ball. That shot clock is not going to be right. They reset the shot clock, and now they put it back to .8. So .8 to shoot for Northwestern. The shot by Martinelli hit the backboard, but no rim. And then the rebound tipped off of one of the Gophers. And with .8, it will be an opportunity now, probably a tip attempt. So the Gophers got to be ready for that. The big 7-footer Nicholson. Let's see what they do. Wyndham waits, gives it into Martinelli. He launches a 3. That's an air ball, and that'll be a shot clock violation. So it'll be Gopher ball in the backcourt, down 10. 10:46 to play in the basketball game. Gophers need a rally here. They have done this before in the second half in terms of coming from behind. Let's see if they have another one in them here to try to play another day in Indy. Here's Garcia passing into the corner. Osama elevates along 2 is short. Got his own rebound though, did Osama. Rifles it out to Patterson. Ball fake. Lakai into the paint. His right-handed layup blocked by Nicholson. Rebound off to Martinelli. Ahead to the freshman Wyndham. Layup good. Boy, that was a transition bucket. He's got 4, and it's 51-39. The lead is 12. 10-10. Odekali into the game. He gives to Mitchell. Back to Femi. Little two-man game out front. Pass into the corner. Osama. He goes into the lane. Left-handed shot no good. Side of the backboard with the left hand, and the rebound comes off to the Wildcats. Leading by a dozen. Pass into the corner. Barry, a 3. Good. Timeout, Gophers. 13 now for Barry. He's got 4 threes and leaves Ben Johnson shaking his head as he takes a timeout. He'll have just 1 timeout remaining. The lead has grown to 15. 54-39. 9:49 to play in the basketball game. Minnesota Soybean proud to sponsor Gopher men's basketball all season long. Minnesota soybean farmers are defending against harmful PFAS chemicals by investing soy checkoff dollars into soy foam. That's a bio-based fire suppressant with 0 forever chemicals. Minnesota cannot lose when farmers are protecting the environment and fire responders. It was a 30-second timeout, and it will be Minnesota ball in the backcourt after the 3 by Barry. Barry is 4 of 10 from the floor and 4 of 8 from 3. And Northwestern has outscored the Gophers 22-10 here in the second half. Minnesota in this second half with 4, make that 2 field goals total. 2 for 15. 1 3-pointer, 1 2-pointer, and then they're 5 of 6 from the line. That is their 10 points in 10 minutes and 12 seconds. So 2 of 15 to start shooting here in the second half, and that has spelled so far not what you want in terms of production for the Gopher offense. Here's Odekali on the drive. Got to the paint. Layup good. And a foul. So Odekali's first bucket of the day gives him a bucket, and he'll get a free throw. Cuts the lead to 13, and a free throw coming. Foul is on Nicholson as he came down over the shoulder of Odekali. Odekali spent his youth in St. Cloud, then moved to Brooklyn, New York. Free throw is no good. Garcia, though, the rebound is good. He stayed with it. May have been an and one. They didn't whistle it. 54-43, 4-point possession. And the Gophers have cut it to 11. It went from 15 to 11 after the timeout. 9:20 to play in the ball game. Wyndham with it, left of the arc, way out front. He's wearing a compression pad on his right shin. A wrap, so to speak. Here's a ball that's deflected, still loose, but the loose ball now to Martinelli. Good deflection by Garcia, but the Gophers couldn't get it. Here is a 3 from straight on by Clayton, and he knocked it down. And Northwestern, which is a decent three-point shooting team at 34%, is now 4 of 7 from 3 in the second half, and they've extended it back to a 14-point lead. 57-43. 8:46 to go. Here's a shot or a pass down low off of Garcia's hands, and another turnover. That's 10 now on Minnesota. 57-43. 8:40 to play. Northwestern trying to get into a matchup with the Badgers of Wisconsin tomorrow. The Gophers, of course, trying to do the same, but they've got work to do now. Martinelli left of the arc with 10 to shoot. 8:20 to play. Kick out. Clayton on the drive. Finds Barry. His 3 is in the air. That one's no good. And Mitchell high for the rebound. His 6th. Here come the Gophers. Outlet ahead for Patterson. Waits for a screen from Frank Mitchell. Now a screen from Garcia. Right side for Odekali. Odekali elevates. Passing now to Patterson. Gives to Mike Mitchell at the heart of the paint. He's in some trouble. Back to Odekali with 10 to shoot. Femi on the drive. Bounced low. Mitchell layup no. Drew the foul. He'll get free throws when we come back. 7:57 to play in the ball game. Frank Mitchell will go to the line. Gophers down 14 in Indianapolis. 7:57 to play. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
You want the best for your child. So does M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital. As the Twin Cities' longest-running, top-ranked children's hospital, many of the world's leading medical experts just happen to come with the most caring hearts. This combination of compassion and expertise is why Masonic Children's Hospital was once again recognized as the Twin Cities' top-ranked children's hospital by U.S. News and World Report. World-class, kid-focused care is available for all. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Now's the perfect time to partner with Gophers student athletes as influencer marketers. Imagine your company featured in social media content, live appearances, and even out-of-home advertising. From hosting B2B clients with clinics to creating marketing materials that connect to end consumers. These athletes know how to engage their loyal, passionate fan base and yours. Visit gophersports.com/NIL. That's gophersports.com/NIL to start your winning partnership and grow your brand with the power of Gopher Pride.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Welcome back. Golden Gophers will have free throws coming for Frank Mitchell. They have work to do with 7:57 to play here in this opening round Big Ten tournament game in Indianapolis. Northwestern leading the Gophers 57-43. 14-point lead is the second biggest of the day. Minnesota trailed by 15 at one point. Dawson Garcia leading the way with 16 points. That's the best in game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Before Mitchell takes a free throw, let's give you 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Gopher Radio Network. Mitchell's first free throw, no good. Gophers started 10 for 10, and now they're 1 for their last 3. It's a 2-shot foul, so he'll have another. Mitchell with a field goal in the first half and now a free throw in the second, 3 total. And it's 57-45. 44, that is. The lead is 13. 7:50 to go. Clayton gives way out front to Nicholson, out by the half-court line. Now on the right wing to Martinelli. He goes into the paint. May have gotten an extra step, but he got the layup good. He's got 23, and the lead is 59-44. Back to 15, which matches the largest lead of the night here for Northwestern. 7.5 to go. Gophers now 4 of 17 shooting in this second half. Odekali driving, kicking into the corner. Mike Mitchell at 3 is good. He knocked one down. He had 3 points in his previous 4 games, which has been unlike him, and it's good to see that one go. And who knows, maybe that'll get everything sparked. The lead cut to 12, 7:05 to go, 59-47, and Patterson nearly got a steal. He gets whistled for the foul as he tried to pick the pocket of Clayton, Jordan Clayton. He had his left, kind of like a defensive back would. He came with his right hand, his left hand wrapped around the waist, and then as he spun, he kind of spun him by the hip, and he got caught with the foul. Here's Wyndham with it now for Northwestern. Under 7 to play. Bouncing to Martinelli. Martinelli with 23, tops on the floor. Baseline, he's doubled, weaves through the double team, had it stripped away. Loose ball picked up by Frank Mitchell. Out to Mike Mitchell. Let's see if he has a heat check in him here after hitting that one. Between the leg dribble. He gets a screen from Frank Mitchell, now picks up the dribble, bounces to Frank Mitchell, mid-post right, 18 to shoot. Gophers down a dozen here. Frank backs out, gives now to Patterson. Patterson gets a screen from Frank Mitchell, takes it into the paint, fires into the corner to Odekali, who had to save it, and he couldn't. Boy, I thought Lakai could have just taken the layup there. He might have been aware that Nicholson was behind him and a potential block shot, but there was nobody between him and the basket. And instead, he got a nice steal from Garcia. I guess that was Martinelli, maybe at his hip. It was more even on the replay than I thought, but still, maybe you want to put that up off the glass and, one, see if it goes. If not, somebody might put it back. But he threw into the corner, and nobody was there. Here's a three on the other end, no good. Frank Mitchell high for the rebound, and the shot was by Clayton. Gophers down 12, 6 minutes to go. Mitchell off of a screen, gives to Odekale. Drives baseline, takes it right to the rim. Shot blocked by Clayton, off of Clayton. And with 5:57 to go and 18 to shoot, Minnesota will inbound from the right side as you look in. It'll be Odekale. Gives to Mike Mitchell. Ball fake. I think Mike's trying to put another one up after hitting that last one. He'll pass to Odekale at the free throw line instead, and he got hit by Wyndham before the shot. Wyndham's second. Nope, it will be a shot anyway. It's 1-1. Won't be two shots, but that's 7 now on Northwestern. 5:51 to go. 7 fouls here in the second half on Northwestern. 4 on Minnesota. Ty Berry was getting a breather. He'll come in next dead ball. Parker Fox will also come in. They'll come in now. Mitchell, Frank will go out, and Clayton will come out. So Frank will probably get a little breather here and then go back in to try to finish cleaning the glass. We talked to Ben Johnson yesterday on his coach's show about Frank Mitchell not playing that overtime at Rutgers as Odekale hits the front end of the 1-1 to make it an 11-point game. And he said it was a combination of 3 things. 1, Rutgers went small, and so they felt it was a better matchup. 2, they're worried a little bit about free throw shooting because Frank is not a great free throw shooter, and Odekale hits that one. Boy, that sat on the back rim and then fell through. Good bucket, 59-49. So those were some of the reasons that he did not play in that overtime after having such a strong second half and turning in a double-double. So he's on the bench now, but my hunch is he'll be back in. He's getting a bit of a breather here. Here's Martinelli at the elbow, left all alone, and that's money. 22 from the floor, 3 from the line, 25 overall, 61-49. Gophers down 13. 5:25 to go. Odekale into the paint, lost his footing, gets into the corner, though, to Mitchell. He'll fire a shot short. Fox the rebound, back to Mitchell. 3 from the corner again, no good, and Martinelli hauls in the board weak side. Pass ahead to Wyndham for the Wildcats. They lead by 13. No, they lead by 12. Let me get my math right. 61-49. We approach the 5-minute mark. And now there is 5 minutes left, and Chris Collins, the head coach of the Wildcats in year 12, says, let's take our time here, fellas. And Wyndham tries to drive, cuts back, and now they'll, with 7 seconds, get it in the hands of their best player, Martinelli. Good crossover, works into the paint, fires into the corner. Wyndham, an off-balance shot. Wow, how did that go in? He was flying out of bounds from behind the basket, and a left-handed shot hit all net. The lead is 15, 64-59. They gave him a 3 for that. I don't know if that was a 3, was it? No, look, they give him a 3, so it's 64-49. The lead is 14. Here's Patterson to try to answer. It's no good. Rebound to Nicholson. 4:15 to play. If that was a 3, that was an even more crazy shot. He was flying out of bounds toward the Spirit Squad over there, and just from behind the basket threw it up. I was going to say about 17 feet, but if that was a 3 from our angle, then it was more like a 22-footer flying out of bounds, perpendicular. Here's Martinelli on the drive against Fox. Layup, no. Rebound, Garcia. Under 4 to play. And Minnesota needs to make some hay now, down by 15, and a driving attempt by Patterson. He drew the foul, and he'll get a 1-and-1 after the official timeout. 3:46 to play. Going to take a look at this again. It was a 3. Wow, he was right in the corner, and a one-footed fadeaway falling out of bounds 3 from behind the basket. It was definitely a 3 looking at that replay. Incredible shot. And that's the kind of day it has been. That matches the largest lead, by the way, for the Wildcats at 64-49. However, Patterson will get free throws when we come back. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential Every Day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it. Guaranteed. Or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Did you know that Prairie Farms' rich and creamy premium small batch vanilla ice cream is now available in family-size pails? When it comes to ice cream flavors, vanilla reigns supreme as America's choice, and nobody does it better than Prairie Farms. Made in small batches using only the finest ingredients for that rich and creamy taste that only real ice cream can deliver. Look for family-size pails of Prairie Farms premium vanilla ice cream at your favorite grocery stores. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and coupons and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, where the Gophers find themselves trailing by 15, and it's down to the last 3:46. So they got to put on a huge charge here to try to come from behind. Hey, Gopher fans, for comprehensive coverage of college basketball, turn to the SiriusXM Big Ten Radio Channel 372 in the car or on the all-new SiriusXM app. SiriusXM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. Cheer along with the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2025. Minnesota today with 8 second chance points. For every second chance point, it's a second chance for hunger. That's presented by Affinity Plus. For each second chance point scored all season, Affinity Plus donates $25 to Second Harvest Heartland. Patterson will have a 1-and-1. First free throw is good. .64-50. And his second one is in and out. So the lead is 14. The Gophers 15 of 18 from the stripe. They're going to put on a full court press here. Barry to win him in the backcourt, and they have to take a timeout as it was down to 23 on the shot clock, meaning they only had 3 to cross half court, and they were nowhere near half court. So the Gophers did a nice job there. Northwestern will have 2 timeouts left. Minnesota has the 1 timeout. Gophers also have the possession arrow in their favor. .339 to play in this basketball game. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll have a post-game interview, as we always do, with the head coach, Ben Johnson. We'll get you the highlights of this one. And hopefully there's a big storyline to unfold yet here in the final .339. Martinelli in the backcourt gives to Wyndham. And he's working against Mike Mitchell. Into the offensive end with 3.5 minutes to go. 15 to shoot here for the Purple. On the wing left, Nicholson. Holding the ball down by his waist. Gives to Wyndham. Right back to Nicholson. Pivots. Barry. Open 3 left side. Way short. And the ball will ricochet off the rim and straight out of bounds. It'll be Minnesota ball with 3:19 to play. Down by 14. 64-50. Odekale will bring it up for the Gophers, who need points and need them fast. Odekale to Garcia. Between the leg dribble, fadeaway 14-footer short, and the rebound to Clayton, and he's fouled by Patterson. Patterson with his 3rd foul. Not the bonus yet for Minnesota, just the 6th foul. 5th foul, I beg your pardon. And so the Gophers still with 1 more to give here. They're certainly going to try to get a steal before they foul here. And they may let this play all the way. We'll see. 24 to shoot. They do break the press. Wyndham. Yeah, they're not going to foul here. Mike Mitchell right on his hip, though. Could get a little risky and just try a steal. And if it's a foul, it's a foul. But right now with 12 to shoot, probably want to string it out here. Martinelli with it just outside the lane on the right. Backing his way to the elbow. Skimming it left side now. Wyndham a shot that's too strong. Weak side rebound Patterson. 2:35 to go. Here comes Minnesota down 14. Garcia, underhand pass to Mitchell. His three is good. Mike Mitchell, and the Gophers will use their final timeout. And that cuts the lead to 11, 64-53. 2:30 to play. Gophers will have no timeouts remaining in this final 2:30. A winner of this one will get Wisconsin tomorrow. This is the 8th time these two teams have played. I should say the 9th time. They've played 8 times. They played in the first ever Big Ten tournament in 98, then again in 03, then back-to-back years 3 times, 08 and 09, and then 11 and 12, and then 20 and 21. Last 2 seasons have been very good for Northwestern. They were the 2 seed 2 years ago and the 4 seed last year. Those were their 2 highest seedings. Of course, they were an NCAA tournament team. However, they lost both games in the Big Ten tournament last year and the year before. They've been a 6 seed twice. Minnesota's been a 12 seed only one other time, and it's an interesting story. They have never lost as a 12 seed. But yet they've never won a Big Ten tournament, and they've been the 12 seed once. So how is that possible, you say? Well, it was 5 years ago this week that the world changed. The Gophers were the 12 seed, and they beat Northwestern in the first round, and they were set to play the Iowa Hawkeyes in round 2. So as the 12 seed, they're 1-0. It's the only time they've been a 12 seed. Dan Robotham, engineers, nodding his head. He remembers it. We're riding down the elevator, ready for that game. The night before, remember the deal with Fred Hoiberg was sick, and we were wondering, and Rudy Gobert at that time was with the Utah Jazz, and he had a confirmed case and all this stuff. And riding down the elevator, we got notification the tournament was canceled. So Minnesota 1-0 all time as a 12 seed, but they've never won the tournament. So this will be their first loss if they can't rally here. Northwestern breaks the press, leading by 11, and 2:15 to go. If Mike Mitchell can rattle off some more threes, it at least makes some folks nervous here. With the ball is the freshman Wyndham, 8 to shoot. Wyndham is out of Indianapolis. He's a hometown kid, went to Ben Davis High School. Martinelli on the drive and the layup with 3 on the shot clock. That gives him 27, and the lead back to 13, 66-53. Under 2 minutes to go, 1:50 now. Here's Dawson driving into the paint. Layup, good, nice runner. And Garcia up to 17, 66-55, the lead 11. 1:42, and the Gophers have to foul, and they foul the freshman Wyndham in the backcourt. Inbound for Martinelli, and the Gophers, remember, they had not gotten to the bonus yet, so they have to foul Barry now on the inbound. And with 1:41 to go, it's an 11-point Wildcat lead, and they go to the line. Barry, a 79% free throw shooter. Northwestern actually has a bit of an interesting story here at 16-15. A win here gets them to 17-15. Their net ranking is 55 as Barry hits the free throw. They would, let's say they upset Wisconsin tomorrow. That'd give them their 5th Quad 1 win of the year and probably move them up into the top 50 net rankings. And so you're wondering, he's possibly not trying to say they can play into the tournament. Not probably with 2, but with 3 or 4. And here's Mitchell at 3. If they could get Wisconsin and UCLA, they would definitely play themselves into the conversation. The lead is 9, 3-possession game, 67-58. Clayton breaks the press. They give to Wyndham. Ball deflected, but right to Martinelli. And they're going to foul Martinelli. He's had a rough time at the line for a guy that is good at the free throw line as he is all year. He's 75% on the year, but 3 for 6 today. So that 3 by Mitchell, his 3rd here in the second half. He's at 9 points. He went over 1,200 career points today, as did Patterson on the 1,500 career point mark. 1-on-1 here for Martinelli. Free throw, no good. Rebound to Rigsby. Boy, a bucket here would be huge. You just never know with 1:10 to go. Rigsby gives to Mitchell. He's had the hot hand. He needs some help as he lost his dribble. Gives to Garcia. A minute to play. Dawson driving, spinning, working his way into the paint. Floats one up, no good. Thought he got fouled, no call. Rebound down low, Martinelli, and he's tied up. No, a foul called on Oda Kelly. And it will be free throws here. Martinelli really fighting the stripe. 3 of 7. It was weird. I think everyone thought it was double bonus. He missed the shot. It hit the rim and then landed in the middle of the lane, and only Rigsby crashed the lane, and he scooped the ball up. Boy, had they been able to hit a 3, it would have made it a 6-point game, but they never got a 3 in the air. Garcia took a off-balance driving shot. Martinelli, free throw, missed that one. Garcia the rebound. 50 seconds to go. Here comes Patterson into the offensive end. Here's Mitchell. That's the guy you want shooting. He'll drive it into the paint. 14-footer. Good. Mitchell in double figures with 11. The lead single digits, 67-60. And all of a sudden, there's some hope here with 40 seconds to go. They foul Martinelli, but the way he's struggling at the line, that's the guy to foul, as weird as that sounds. The kid's got 27 points, and you're like, why foul him? Well, he's 0 for his last 2, and on the day, he's 3 of 8. Northwestern 7 of 14 at the stripe. This will be double bonus now. That was the 10th foul on the Gophers. First one is good. But even that looked a little like he's fighting it as he's looking. He's been fighting it all day. The lead is 8. 68-60. Second one is no good. Lead stays at 8. Minnesota the rebound. 35 seconds to go. Oda Kelly to Mitchell. Mike Mitchell driving, takes it in, fires it underneath, and it's tipped away, stolen away, and a foul. Free throw shooting will be Nicholson. Foul was on whom? Foul is on Patterson, his 5th. So Osama back in. Lakai will go to the bench. And Lakai probably has to be having some thoughts here. Is this the final time I'm ever going to play in a college basketball game? Because you just don't know about these postseason tournaments. If the Gophers do not come back, they'll be 15-17. Free throw, no good. It's 2 shots, though. 68-60. And the Crown Tournament, the NIT, could be in play. No rule that says, like it used to, you have to be over 500. The Crown Tournament definitely wants mostly high major teams and mostly from the Big 10, Big 12, and Big East. Free throw, second one is good by Nicholson. And the lead is 9, 69-60. And what do we got here? The ball rolled ahead to Oda Kelly. And did the clock start too soon? I think we're going to have a review here. They'll put the time back on the clock that started. The referees have the belt packs, so the official timekeeper can start the clock, and all the refs also started, and whoever hits it first is when it starts. It all could be simultaneous, and I think Scarrato accidentally hit it too soon as Oda Kelly let the ball roll up. So they put it back, and there's 28 seconds to go. Oda Kelly into the offensive end. Gophers down 9. They need 3s now. Mitchell fires a 3. It's an air ball. Rebound comes, and what do we got? A travel called on Barry. He was trying to call timeout. You can see it verbally, but I don't know if the ref could hear it, and he just walked out of bounds. And plus, when you're headed out of bounds, that isn't allowed much anymore either. You got to be planted to get the timeout. So a turnover. Gophers down 9, 21 seconds to go. And now again we have an issue. The clock started. And now a foul called as the play started. Nicholson the foul. And the Gophers can get points without time running here. Wow, what a mistake. Chris Collins losing his mind to his assistants. He's yelling to a couple of those guys over there. So Garcia at the line, double bonus to shoot 2. 21 seconds left. Oh, it's a 1-and-1, I beg your pardon. Northwestern with 9 fouls here in the second half. Dawson with 17 points. First one good. 69-61. 21 seconds to go. And the next one's good. Dawson with 19. 69-62. 7-point game. Inbound in the backcourt. And a timeout called. They called a timeout. It looked like a tie ball as Wyndham got tied up. Ben Johnson wants to know, how do you Yeah, I'm reading Ben Johnson's lips. He said that's a travel. It could have been a travel or a tie ball, but they get the timeout called by Ty Berry. He was well away from the ball. It was Wyndham who was in a triple team. Marcus Jenkins yelling at Larry Scurato. Definitely traveled. Yeah, he backpedaled 2 or 3 shuffle steps, and then he called a timeout pointing to Ty Berry, who at least was not signaling timeout. We got the overhead view. Ty Berry's just standing there, so it had to be a verbal communication of some sort. Somebody must have yelled timeout. And so it'll be an inbound with 18.2 seconds. Minnesota has no timeouts. Northwestern has 1. Had that been a tie ball or a travel, Minnesota would have gotten the ball either way. But instead, the timeout was granted after the travel and the tie ball. Inbound Martinelli from the sideline gives it in to Wyndham, and he's fouled by Osama immediately. Wyndham on the year, 79%, and has not taken a free throw today. Minnesota has been the beneficiary of poor Northwestern free throw shooting, 9 of 18. But they trail it here by 7. 17 seconds to go. Needing a couple of misses here, it's a double bonus. And really now have no choice but to take all threes at this point. Wyndham's from Indianapolis. First one is good. He'll have a second. 70-62 now. Northwestern by 8. Nicholson comes out. Mullins in. Free throw shooting situation there. Nicholson just a 53%er. Wyndham's second one is also good. All net. He's got 8 points, 71-62, the lead 9. Here's Odicali into the offensive end, gives to Garcia. 12 to shoot, 12 to play. And he drives in and gets the layup. And that gives him 21. Make it 21. 9 seconds to go. Minnesota down by 7. Martinelli gives it in to Wyndham, and he's fouled with 8.6 seconds to go. Ohio State and Iowa set to do battle after this one. That winner will play Illinois tomorrow night. Northwestern is going to move on to play Wisconsin with this win here over Minnesota. And now it will be a waiting game for the Gophers on the Crown College Tournament or the NIT or neither. Those are the options. As Wyndham hit the foul shot, he's up to 9 points. Garcia with 22 points officially. 11 for Mike Mitchell, all here in the second half. 72-64. That one's no good. Odicali the rebound. He'll bring it up into the offensive end. Femi stops, pops a 3, short. Berry the rebound, no foul. The horn sounds, and that is it. Northwestern beats Minnesota 72-64, the final score. Ben Johnson will join us here shortly. Per Big Ten rules, he has to join us immediately after the game. Gives us a chance to give you the scoring summary, brought to you by Sunbelt Business Advisors. Alumni-owned Sunbelt serves business owners as Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Garcia with 22, Mike Mitchell with 11, Isaac Osama with 8, 6 for Parker Fox, 5 for Lakai Patterson, 4 for Odicali, 5 for Rigsby. Frank Mitchell, 3 points and 7 rebounds. 28 for Nick Martinelli, 14 for Ty Berry. Clayton with 11, 10 for Wyndham, 7 points for Nicholson, Mullins with 2, Fitzmaurice, Hunger, and Sheravino played but did not score. Alumni-owned Sunbelt should be on your team roster if you're selling a business. Get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation started today. Final 72-64 here, and Ben Johnson joins us now courtside. And Coach, you guys had an early lead, and then there was just that stretch in each half where you went cold. Early second half, midway first half, and maybe